that was Drake,
Don't just try to tell me you love me. Can't keep it real if you really don't trust me. Come with a real, you hip in the front, so you get my meals. I'm gunning for the money in the bank. Come on with a dank, scrolling in the tank, rolling with the gang. You sitting out on the sideline tripping. I go to the hole with the rock like Pippin.
yeah. I'm okay.
What up, though? Welcome to the Woodward Heavyweights live on WoodwardSports.com. I'm your boy Eazy, joined by my man Spinmo Rex. We are Young Sus in the TD booth and JB Smooth with the ones and twos. We are going in on a Friday, baby. We'll be out tonight in Dakota and Chippewa game, I believe it is.
Yes.
Big rivalry game out in Macomb County. Hopefully watch some good football, and obviously we talk some football today too. Break down Detroit Lions versus Minnesota Vikings. How you feeling, Spinny?
I'm a little nervous, man. I'm not gonna lie.
A little nervous too.
It was good to see the Eagles whoop up on the Vikings like that, but you know, Kirk Cousins on a Monday night, that's kind of an outlier. So hopefully they bring that same energy so we can go over there and smack them around a little bit. But you know, before we get into that, first of all, thank you guys all for watching on WoodwardSports.com. Make sure you go in there, check out the stream. But Tracy Walker just had his baby. So congratulations to Tracy Walker, the Lions, excellent Lions safety, and it's DJ Chark's birthday today.
Happy birthday.
So happy birthday to DJ Chark. Hopefully the Lions keep those good vibes going into the weekend, into Sunday.
Yeah.
And we can take those Vikings down.
I'm with you too, man. Our guy, Cheese Nips, is breaking news. All right, he hit me with this today. Yeah, he teased about it before. Yeah. It's official now. He even went ahead and dropped it and didn't even tell me. Cheese Nips started a podcast. Do you get the graphic for that one, Sus? It is called, you know what, I probably didn't send it's my fault, but it's called the MSU Welterweights. Okay. And that will be on the Woodward Heavyweights channel.
There we go.
I watched the intro. I only watched the first 5 minutes. Yeah. It was pretty funny.
Funny?
Yeah, it's pretty funny. It's definitely worth looking into. Make sure you guys keep an eye out for that one. I'll make sure I get that graphic out to Sus so you guys can see the thumbnail and all that good stuff. But yeah, Cheese Nips dropping a podcast. And speaking of cheese, last night I tweeted out during the Thursday night football game. Did you watch that game, by the way?
Oh, yeah.
That catch by George Pickens was nasty.
That was dirty. Falling to the side, reaching over right on the sideline. That was pretty nasty.
Who was better, that one or Odell Beckham?
It's pretty close. I'm going to give it to OBJ just because it was interference as well. He got the interference call, and he scored the touchdown too. So
that's fair.
A couple extra favors. But it's close. That was a fantastic catch.
Yeah, I guess I have to watch back OBJ's. Yeah. Because last night, and that's probably recency bias, I was just like, that's one of the coldest I've ever seen.
One of the best I've seen for sure. For sure.
And like, I know it's a brand new broadcast. Actually, no, it's not a brand new broadcast team. Those voices sound familiar. I don't even know who the hell they are, but
yeah, it's Kirk Herbstreit and I forget who the other one is, but it's Kirk Herbstreit.
Yeah.
So
nonetheless, though,
Joe Buck, I believe, right?
Joe Buck?
Is it Joe Buck?
Was it Joe Buck? Damn. But nonetheless, they undersold the shit out of that pass. There was like no excitement. I don't know who was on the call, and I'm not trying to say, I'm saying bash them. I understand that's a tough job to do. Yeah. But guys.
Oh, it's Al Michaels and Kirk Herbstreit.
Okay, I wanted to say Al Michaels, but I wasn't 100% sure. Yeah. Yeah. And I like Al Michaels, but they undersold the shit out of that catch. Yeah. I was kind of blown away.
Yeah, they didn't really talk about it much, and you'd think they'd be going crazy because that was, like you said, one of the best catches I've ever seen live.
It was nasty.
The best catch of the season so far. Will probably be the best catch all season because it's going to be hard to top that, but it was fun to watch. You got Pickens, man. NFL young boy. He's going crazy out there.
Is that what they call him?
That's what they call him, yeah.
Why do they call him that?
Because that picture of him staring at and he's a young boy fan.
Oh, okay.
And he's got all the, where he blocks people to the ground. He's got all the pancakes. He's got that aggression, so they call him NFL young boy.
Okay, I'll tweet that one out. I put out a tweet last night anyway. I noticed my tweets were like popping off a little bit, and I'm like, damn, like kind of close to 3,000. So I shot off a tweet. I was like, yo, your boy's trying to hit 3K. Like maybe I'll do a giveaway or something like that. You know, I'm so close. And then this morning, it clicked. I asked people, what I should give away, and people didn't give me anything. And I woke up this morning, I was like, I could get this 3K for the free ski. Well, almost for the free ski. Throw that thing up there, Sus. So this morning around 10 a.m. Because I did this last year. I didn't like tell people to, they had to follow. I said the Detroit Lions make the playoffs. Yeah. This morning I tweeted out Dan Campbell and the Detroit Lions go to the Super Bowl this season. I'll give everyone who retweets this tweet $100. Must be following to qualify. Spencer, I'm checking the live numbers right now. Hold on. I want to say it's almost 1,000.
Retweets?
Almost 1,000 retweets on that bad boy.
It's nothing to hold against them.
Free money.
Free money, yeah. But wow, it's a lofty expectation, I'd say.
700. I was off by 300.
Okay, that's
but
fair.
still,
it's close.
A lot of money. I mean, it's a Super Bowl.
It's not gonna happen.
Yeah. Last year I put up the same tweet like if Dan Campbell, the Detroit Lions make the playoffs. I give everyone retweets. It's $100. I wasn't smart enough to say follow me then. That one did 2,000. I was mixing them up, but. That last year I felt confident. I'm saying they're definitely not making the playoffs. Yeah. This year I could see the playoffs. So I definitely wasn't going to put that out there. I was like Super Bowl, but even then I was still kind of nervous press in.
It's only $100, man.
$100 per tweet, per retweet.
Is it per? I thought it was just.
No.
Oh, dude.
Everyone retweets this. I'm giving $100.
You didn't pay off your Philly bets, so people know you're not going to pay out that.
I got the Philly cash on me. You guys want? You know what I'm saying? You guys break a 20. I got you. I told you guys. You guys never came to me. I said, wait till Friday. No one came to me Friday.
Yeah.
It must be scared.
You had a $5 bill sitting right here. I went to pick it up, and you snatched it away. I need that.
Oh, yeah. Well, you should have said.
I did.
The Philly bet. You did it. You just said you owe me. And I was like, for what? For what?
Yeah, that's fine.
There was a...
They're not making the Super Bowl, so you don't got to worry about it.
Yeah, I'm not... Obviously, it's like, against us. The odds are against everyone who hit that retweet button, but... And in mind, but just to be safe, I had to put 50 on them making the NFC.
The Super Bowl.
I put 50 because it was like it would have covered I gotta look it up. I'll pull it up during break, but it would have covered everyone who retweeted that. Odds are ever against the Detroit Lions in that situation.
That's fair.
Yeah, should I be nervous? You think, JB?
Should you be nervous? I don't think so.
I don't think so.
I really don't think so. I think you're good with this bet, though.
I think you're in the clear.
I think I'm in the clear.
He's pretty weak, though.
It is a weird year, bro. It's a weird year. It is a weird year. The other thing that made me nervous too is Ted, and I don't know how to pronounce his last name. It's Nugyeun.
Nugent?
But it's like the Korean version of it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I'm not sure.
Nonetheless, he writes for The Athletic, the NFL and The Athletic, and he took a deep dive into Ben Johnson, that offense. And did you click on that article by chance?
Oh, yeah.
Man.
Very excited.
Very
Ben Johnson's
excited.
doing big things, man.
I got the big brain on Ben.
We talked about it. Hopefully we can just hold on to him for a couple years. Hopefully he doesn't get scooped up too fast. But
it's one of the things that made me nervous about pressing the damn send button.
Yeah.
Because I was, and we'll break it down as best as we can. Like, shout out to Ted. Like, Ted's a man for breaking that down. Because the original reason that tweet caught my attention was that NFL defensive coordinators are having a hard time, processing a way to defend what he's doing in the run game, or just in general, and the offense. And even when I watched the tape, I was like, I just don't know football like I did. I thought I did.
I was just about to say, I think that name is pronounced Win.
Win?
Win.
Yeah. That's why I just
watched the David Schultz stand up where he says that about a guy whose name is spelled like that. Yeah, he's like, your name is not Win. I literally just watched that yesterday.
That's funny as hell.
Yeah.
No, but watching the film alone, just from week one, I was like, damn, there's 15 different guys polling on this play. And you got the wham blocks. I mean, we're definitely gonna get into it. And Ben Johnson's graced the thumbnail for a reason. That guy is
big brain Ben.
Big brain on Ben.
Yeah,
100%. Scary dude. Obviously, we got some matchup breakdowns when it comes to Minnesota Vikings versus Detroit Lions.
Yes.
Other than that, honestly, mostly football. We were talking a little bit.
A lot of football.
We got the pick'em.
We got a little bit Pistons.
Yeah, a little bit of Pistons. We got the OG pick'ems in. So, no flannel Sam waiting a day. You know what I'm saying? No 2 hot dogs in a row. You know what I'm saying? There's only one Wiener. Who you feel? Sus, did you do your homework this week or what?
Absolutely not.
So it's going off heart and gut alone.
Yeah.
I like it. At least Flannel's going to wash the Wiener costume if you do lose again.
Yeah.
That's true. At least he said he did.
Yeah, he said he did.
I was with you originally. We were like, let's not wash it.
That would be
It'd be
funnier.
worse punishment.
Yeah.
But I was like, that thing already looks kind of gross, bro.
Gross.
Yeah.
It's going to get gross.
And I was just thinking back to the first day I was wearing it, sweating like a mug in that boy.
Yeah.
It was no bueno. I don't wish that upon myself or anybody else.
We gotta put odds and stuff for who's gonna get last place.
Yeah, maybe do a poll or something like that. I don't know.
Who's going to get last place in the pick'em? Yeah, that would be pretty good.
Yeah.
Who would be the Wiener?
The Wiener.
And we had, Stephen A. Smith. He's talking a little junk about the Lions.
Yeah.
He's talking a little junk about Detroit as the city.
He did. Some kind of like unnecessary shots.
Throwing some
like,
shade, yeah.
He was like trying to like, pat himself in the back for coming through, but also like.
I know it's Stephen A. He says stuff just to say stuff, says stuff to get ratings, doesn't believe half of what he says because that's how this show is based.
Yeah.
But man, calm down, buddy.
Yeah, because I was watching him yesterday too, even like looking for sometimes, and I feel at least our job is different because of the internet, and I like to be like more real in these situations, like I'm saying, more myself.
Yeah.
Because Stephen A. is up there, he's like almost like a heel wrestler. You know what I'm saying? He's like, I don't know, Dan Orlowski.
Yeah.
He's like, it's
why should I? It's like, Come on, man.
That is blasphemous.
100%.
Yeah.
And I'm watching Dan too, and Dan like can't help but to laugh. You know what I'm saying? Stephen A's saying like all this wild stuff. It's like, it's a show.
Yeah.
It's crazy that people tune into that like every single day. I mean, I don't know if people tune into it every day, but at all in general. Obviously, I just caught the clip because they're talking about my Detroit Lions, and we had to find stuff to fill up the prep sheet. And that was a video I clicked on. But how do you how do you consume that? It's like true content.
Some insider information about that show and how it's like.
What?
They just throw stuff up on a board, pre-show meeting, and they're like, I'll take this side, you take that side.
That's whack.
I'll take this side, you take that side.
Are you for real?
Yeah.
Did you learn that when you were at school? Or?
Yeah. It was that little insider knowledge.
Yeah, you got to spill the beans on that one during the break.
Sure.
That's whack.
Yeah.
But it feels that way.
Yeah, it is. It's how they drive. I mean, they drive arguments, drive narrative. It is what it is.
Yeah. I couldn't
It's all show business, baby.
Yeah. I couldn't. You want to do one right now? Like a fake argument?
Yeah.
All right, what do you want to argue?
I don't know.
Lions are going to the Super Bowl, Spencer.
Yeah, no, they're not.
See, it's easy because you believe they're not. How am I supposed to convince you they are? Yeah, they are, dude. They're #1 offense in the league.
What tells you? What history do you have that says the Lions are going to go to the Super Bowl?
Eddie Murphy and the Beverly Hills Cop wore a Lions jacket. All right? That's all the evidence I need.
You know what? You might be onto something there, but still, no. That is blasphemous.
Yeah, I can't. I can't. JB, how you feel about? You watch First Take?
Oh yeah, I watch First Take.
You watch First Take?
Yeah, I'm used to watching First Take, and of course Undisputed as well too. I mean, Stephen A. Smith, he just comes across like the villain, as you guys said. He always has something to say. But I gotta shout out the Saturday Night Live. They do an amazing job of making fun of him all the time.
They do.
They really do.
You don't feel like you're being force fed like BS?
Jamie Foxx does a good Stephen A. Smith too.
I mean, sometimes, but they're running a business too. They're trying to put a show, a nice little show, put together something. So of course they're gonna, get as much as they can from other people.
I remember watching this video somebody made about Skip Bayless arguing with himself about Aaron Rodgers. Like literally, it was
happening live.
No, it was like him on two different takes, and they were saying like the complete opposite thing.
That's hilarious.
That's pretty good stuff.
Sauce, we gotta go to break. Say first off, give me your Stephen A. impression.
I don't have a Stephen A. impression.
Give me your best Stephen A.
at
impression.
all. I don't have a Stephen A. impression other than saying blasphemous in a exorbitant amount of way that everybody says it. But I want to say that the worst part of Skip and Stephen A. Smith breaking up is that now there are people that watch both shows like JB. That's 4 hours a day. That's 4 hours a day.
JB, since you tune in every day, let me hear your Stephen A. impression.
I just have to say, Dan Campbell is a dear friend of mine. Me and him, we share a bowl of Fruit Loops every morning. But I just don't understand in the fourth quarter how you can put the ball in Jared Goff's hands.
That was pretty good. If you watch 2 hours of Stephen A. Smith and then 2 hours of Skip Bayless, you might need some help. You might need to get your mentals right, and we got something for you. And that is SMA, or the Sports Marketing Agency. The Sports Marketing Agency helps spread awareness about mental health and substance abuse. Their new podcast, This is the F Word, helps spread awareness about fentanyl and other addictions that are plaguing our community. So go to thesportsma.com if you are struggling or know someone who is. We are the Woodward Heavyweights, and we'll be right back.
The Sports Marketing Agency would not be who we are without great community partners like Higuera Health and Carol Zuniga.
It's an awesome opportunity to partner with your organization. Higuera Health is a comprehensive behavioral health organization. We serve children through older adults with mental health, substance use, and developmental disabilities across Western Wayne counties, and really excited to now be in downriver communities as well. Give us a call at 734-458-4601.
You don't have to go to the beach, man. You don't have to get your butt crack full of sand. You just need a little chili peppers, man, to get that glowing beach chili peppers tan. Woo!
With 26 locations in the Metro Detroit area and more coming, Chili Peppers Tanning is where you'll find the cleanest salons in the D. Join the Pepper Club for the best deals on unlimited tanning. Head to chilipepperstanning.com.
You just need a little chili peppers, man.
What's going on, everybody? It's Spencer for the Folding Warehouse in Hamtramck. You know it. You've heard of it. It's the home of the original football bowling pin game called Folding. Multiple different ways you can play. They've got $12 open unlimited play, as well as private lane reservation, $120 for 10 to 12 people. If you get thirsty, they have a $2 mystery beer vending machine, but they also have multiple fully loaded bars if you want to make a decision. So come down, check them out in Hamtramck, or visit them online at foldingwarehouse.com.
What up, though? Welcome back to the Woodward Heavyweights live on WoodwardSports.com. I'm your boy Easy, joined by my man Spinmo Rex.
Hello.
We got Young Sus in the TD booth, JB Smooth, A Smith on the ones and twos.
JB Smooth, A Smith.
Speaking of the devil, as we said, Stephen A. Smith threw a little shade towards the Detroit Lions. Dan Orlowski said that offensive line could guide us to the playoffs, and then he asked Stephen A. if he believed the same, and he said no. But almost like not yet type of thing. Like he said, I have to see it.
He said that he has to see it. He says they haven't proved it to him yet. Obviously, he brought out the history of the Detroit Lions not being a great franchise, and why that sways his opinion this year is beside me. But he's got some points. I'm not willing to say it just yet because the defense still needs some work. The defense, although it leads the league in pressures, it's ranked third worst in football. They're allowing 32.5 points per game, 273.5 passing yards per game. We know what the Eagles' rush attack did to us. They put up, 216 yards and 4 touchdowns from 4 different people. Carson Wentz went out there. He had 337 yards, 3 touchdowns, and 1 interception, even added 23 yards rushing. So it is tough. We need that defense to step up a little bit before I'd buy in on them making the playoffs or them pushing for the playoffs. And hopefully that happens when we add some guys, when we get Romeo Okwara back, when we get, Josh Pascal onto this defense, and Levi hopefully coming back. Maybe that'll bolster that defense a little bit, but man, I'm not ready to say it yet, because is it more likely that the offense is a real deal? Is there going to be the third offense? Is that more likely to happen, or is it more likely the defense is going to be the third worst in the NFL? So it's tough. It's tough for me to buy in just yet.
Yeah, I'm with you, and I'm a guy who I feel like I could be easily swayed into can they make the playoffs, and vice versa, or whatever the hell else, because I'm a Detroit Lions fan. But I have no issue with him saying I need to see it. We saw positive things in the past 2 weeks, but as he said, I know that the past doesn't have to do with this year.
Yeah.
Last playoff win, I think it was January 5th, 1992.
Yes.
However, we're just so conditioned to losing.
Yeah.
Even in good situations. There's been multiple times where the NFC North was for the taking and we fumbled. We've had Jay Cutler and Aaron Rodgers go out down in the same year.
Yeah.
And we still missed the playoffs and missed a chance at one opportunity. That's
Flynn.
where we had Stafford and Calvin Johnson. You know what I'm saying? So
and a good defense.
Yeah, and a good defense. I do feel like it's possible, but I'm not gonna guarantee. I'm not slamming my fist in the table. I know another thing too is, and I hate that I'm this way, but it's just the reality of it. Obviously, it'd be a lot spicier show or a lot spicier take if I were to say Detroit Lions make the playoffs, but a lot of things based on health. You know what I'm saying? You look at situations even around the NFL, like the Dallas Cowboys. That was one that you were worried about. I thought we could beat them either way, but now Dak Prescott out of the game.
Yes,
that looks like a lot more winnable game. It's just there's a lot of stuff going to it.
There's a lot of stuff going into it, and as many games that look more winnable now, some of them look more losable as well. Like the Giants.
Okay,
it's a tough one. Dolphins obviously look fantastic. The Jaguars look like they're a better team. So it goes both ways for sure, and it's only week 2, so we got to see how some of these team plays out. Dak, I guess, was back at the practice field this week, so maybe he's not going to be out for the Lions game, and it's still going on the road to Jerry's World to play Dallas. So I'm not ready to. Again, if we had a defense that I could say, they're legit, they're doing things. Look at that, they're stopping people, they're not allowing touchdowns like that. Then I would say it. But allowing the second most points per game in the NFL is not something that I can be confident in.
Yeah, it does suck because obviously the first week we played the Eagles, and we did our power rankings early in the week. The Eagles are my third best team in the league. I think they're going to put a lot of points on everybody. It's kind of crazy. Blows my mind almost that RPO, I've said it earlier too, like it's supposed to be a college scheme, but no one seems to be able to stop it when it comes to the Philadelphia Eagles.
Yeah.
In the NFL, the Premier League of football. But they're just so damn creative with it. And to the point of our defense, a lot of people pick on our rushing. I think it's 25th or 27th. A little bit fugazi in me because of that Eagles game. You know what I'm saying? A lot of those rushing yards come from that Eagles game. Antonio Gibson only averaged 2 yards against the Detroit Lions last week. So I think our rush defense will be a little bit better than people think. I think they have to step up big time. I mean, this week's a great test for them.
This week will be a big test.
Out.
Yeah, because like you said, it was, Jalen Hurts had 90 yards rushing. Miles Sanders had 96 yards rushing. Kenneth Gainwell, I think he had 20-something. And then they all scored. Four backs scored a touchdown for the Eagles. So a lot of that was that game. It was 216 total rushing yards for the Eagles in that game against the Lions. Yeah, the Washington Commanders don't really have the same rushing attack, so that can be different. The Eagles obviously have a great offensive line. Washington Commanders not so much. This will be more of a flag stick game to see what the rushing defense looks like, because Dalvin Cook is a great running back.
100%.
Alexander Mattison is a great backup. Their offensive line, it's not great, but it's not terrible.
Yeah.
So we'll see what they look like against more of a balance, more of a measuring stick game against the Vikings. And if they can stop Dalvin Cook, that would be huge.
Yeah, I don't want to say that I don't think I guess it's not like a negative on the team or the coaching staff in terms of us making the playoffs this year. It's just, I mean, we're very much in the developmental stage.
Yes.
You're saying Dan Campbell said those things too. Is like the way we are this year. We don't really know what this team is until after that first 2 to 4 games. The first 2 to 4 games is correcting the mistakes, correcting those missed assignments, and then from then you worry about winning games. But the first 2 are just getting the BS out the way.
Yeah.
JB, obviously you watch Stephen A. every morning. You think he's on that BS how you feeling after the first 2 games? Think the Lions make the playoffs?
Oh man, well, 9 wins, probably make the wild card, but then get knocked out, of course, like usual. But of course, Stephen A. is always on that BS, man. I mean, come on, he wakes up in the morning to find something to argue with someone about. It doesn't even matter. Like,
that's blasphemous.
That's just Stephen A. Smith. That's just how he is. But man, he needs to put some respect on the Lions at least. Maybe we got to show him, but he definitely needs to put some respect on us.
Yeah, and I saw a comment in the Woodward Sports chat. I'm trying to see who said it. Maybe it was Paul Thomas, but they're speaking about I have more faith in this. They don't know if it's going to happen this year, but they have more faith in this coaching staff than they had any coaching staff previously. And especially after reading that article today, Spinny, I got to tell you, I feel the exact same way. I have so much and the utmost confidence in this coaching staff, beyond Dan Campbell, beyond Ben Johnson. I'm talking about Frank Haley, even getting Dan Skipper and those guys who never played the offensive guard position in NFL a single day in their life.
Yeah.
Having them execute in the field and still having our backs average those 4 yards per carry before even they get touched. I do have faith in this coaching staff that I wouldn't be surprised if they did make the playoffs this year.
I agree.
Put it that way.
I agree. You see that a lot. You have these guys that we talked about it in Hard Knocks. They're hyping. Deuce Staley. You had him chirping at everybody, getting the people going. People love to see that, but then they're actually producing results on the field. Like you said, Dan Skipper coming in, never played guard before in the NFL, having a great game. You saw what they did last year with guys like Jerry Jacobs, who was an undrafted free agent, coming in, making an impact under a guy like Aubrey Pleasant. You have guys like Charles Harris that nobody else wanted, that was an outcast. He comes in here, he has a big year, and looks like he's going to continue that this year. So I'm excited, man. You're right. We loved all the coaches during Hard Knocks. We loved all the hype, but now they're actually doing it on the field. You're actually seeing the results from what they're teaching these guys on this team, and it makes me feel a lot better. It really does. And I said it yesterday. I can't remember an offensive coordinator that the Lions have ever had that I've liked more or had more confidence in than Ben Johnson, because seeing the way he does things is just different than it's been around.
Dude, it's completely different.
It's different. It's different. And we talked about it before, about how it feels different, and now we're seeing it with the eyes. You can see it with your eyes, that it actually is different. It's resulting in different things on the field. It's resulting in this team Yeah, they might stall out, have 3 and outs, do different things like that. But when it really matters, when they need to answer, they went out there and they answered against the Commanders. They punched them right back. So I'm excited for that, man, for sure.
Yo, Mark Walson in the Woodward Sports Chat actually makes a great point. And I'm Googling the machine up, warming it up when we look at last year's playoff teams. But he mentioned the Green Bay's won for years without a defense in the regular season. Lost in the playoffs because of no defense, but they did take the division by storm and kind of all by offense. And he has a point when you think back to Aaron Rodgers' Super Bowl. I know during the regular season that defense showed up and to get them there, but that playoff run was shootouts.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? No, Soldier Boy shootout.
It's also Aaron Rodgers though, so I'm gonna
that's very true.
Take that with a grain of salt.
That's very true. But we do have #1 ranked offense. I'm just saying, like. Maybe. And the modern day NFL kind of is like that too. Like people say defense wins championships, but like these games are high scoring a lot of the time. The Detroit Lions weren't last year, and that's why I kind of think Aaron Glenn's getting a little bit more flack than he deserves. I think you look at those scores, and that's kind of a nod to him being a good coach. I mean, obviously they lit up. I think in today's NFL, you need more of an opportunistic defense than you need a solid lockdown one. You know what I'm saying? You need one that's going to capitalize on those opportunities that quarterbacks may slip up and throw the ball towards the defender's way, or a ball's tipped up and stuff like that. I think more than anything, you just need more of like an opportunistic defense than a great one.
Yeah,
per se.
You need to capitalize on mistakes, but definitely, they talk about offense wins games, defense wins championships. That is something to be said, but you also can't have one of the worst defenses in the league and expect to win games. There's a difference between being a middle-of-the-pack, all-right defense that you can get by with and a bad defense.
That's true. I'm looking at the teams like from last year. Obviously, Kansas City Chiefs. I don't think they had a great defense last year, but that's kind of it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Everyone else had a pretty solid defense.
And Kansas City can make up for not having a good defense by having Patrick Mahomes, Tyreek Hill, and Travis Kelce. Yeah,
again, like I think even to terms of like Adam from the morning show, you guys catch it every day here from 8 to 10 on woodwardsports.com, but he speaks about the pass rush. And I agree, like a pass rush definitely helps you. Yeah. But you look at teams that made the playoffs last year. The Philadelphia Eagles ranked 31st in the league in terms of like sacks.
Mm-hmm.
That didn't rank much higher in QB pressures either. Again, it's just those opportunities. Darius Slay was opportunistic last year. Had multiple interceptions. Had multiple fumble recoveries. I think he had 2 defensive touchdowns last year. You just got to capitalize on those opportunities. Even looking back to when the Detroit defense was solid, you look at Glover Quinn, who led the league in interceptions that one year. Darius Slay, DeAndre Levy led linebackers in interceptions. Yeah, like. Just opportunistic, It's really it. And stopping the run, I'd say.
Yes. Yeah, because there's only so much you can do to stop the pass in today's league for sure. And it's tough when it comes to that, It's tough. It's tough. But what is not tough is making the decision on where to get your haircut. Because as you know, we broadcast this show live from Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men in Birmingham. It's definitely awesome. When I get off the show, if I want to, clean up my dead ends a little bit, maybe take an inch or 2 off, I can sit down on one of those chairs, and I know my girls, Alyssa or Megan, will take care of me. So I highly recommend you get into a Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men near you and let them treat you like a king as well. They are open 10 to 8, 7 days a week. You can walk in anytime, and before you know it, your hair will be game ready. So like I said, get into a Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men, open 10 to 8, 7 days a week. No appointment necessary, because at Lady Jane's, it's wicked awesome. We are the Woodward Heavyweights, and we'll be right back.
New to the game or a season better? OddsTrader.com has everything you need to make the right bet ahead of kickoff. Begin your handicapping journey with OddsTrader. Improve your edge by finding the best price on every game from sportsbooks in your backyard. Take advantage of the numerous sign-up bonus offers to pad your bankroll. Dive into key game statistics, player performance, and even account for the projected game day weather. Best of all, you can use the OddsTrader bet tracker to keep a log of your action. Welcome to OddsTrader, and best of luck.
Hi, I'm John from Better Rate Mortgage, and to me, family is more than blood. That's why I have the biggest family in Metro Detroit. If you're looking to buy a house or refinance and need a loan, come get treated better than family by me and our entire team here at Better Rate Mortgage. We pride ourselves on giving you better advice, better service, and a better loan experience. That's why we are Better Rate. If you're looking for a new mortgage, come get treated like family. Actually, better with Better Rate Mortgage. Visit us at mybetterrate.com or call at 248-480-4467 today.
A lot. But I put her car in park and never let her cry alone. I listen to her heartbeat because it plays my favorite song. OddsTrader.com is the #1 site for your game day bets, play-by-play updates, and live scores. Guys, I tell you this every single day. If you gamble with your money, use OddsTrader.com to shop for the best odds. Maximize your profits. Guys, go to OddsTrader.com right now. Check them out. Check it out. What up, though? Welcome back to the Woodward Heavyweights. I'm your boy Easy, joined by my man Spinmo Rex. Live on the WoodwardSports.com. We got Young Sus in the TV booth. JB Smooth with the 1s and 2s. That was a good conversation we were having last segment.
It was.
There's so many different philosophies when people talk football, but there's never like one certain one.
Yeah.
It's truly like that's the beauty of the game. It's fighting, I think, is the closest sport where like anything can happen, but NFL is kind of like right there too.
NFL is crazy, man. Yeah, you never know. You can think you know what's going to happen, but you never know what's going to happen.
100%. It's like when, there are experts, I'm saying guys who know better than others, like people who say, Malcolm Rodriguez is going to be a stud.
I wish you know somebody who said that.
Yeah, I wish we knew people like that. Yeah. But there's also like young susses, who tie with, he tied with you last week. Yeah.
Well, no,
but that's football's like that though.
I didn't tie.
Yeah, you did.
If he tied, I would have been wearing that suit too.
You're right. You tied him on the pick'ems and then you beat him on the points.
That is part of the bet.
So dub, you're right. He beat him. Fair and square. All right, guys. This next segment, somehow I got the second page of yesterday's prep in here. So I don't even know what it is.
It is, it was on the first page still, but it is the Detroit Lions versus Minnesota Vikings by the numbers.
By the numbers.
By the numbers. So
by the numbers.
We're going to give you guys some stats on why we think the game will go a certain way based on past performances, based on what they're doing this year, based on what we've seen out of these guys. So we'll see. We'll see what's going on. And my first stat, something I love to see, something I love to talk about, something we've been talking about at this network profusely all week, all season, all summer, and that is Amon-Ra St. Brown, the Sun God. The Sun God. You look at his numbers since week 13 of last year, he is tied for first in receiving touchdowns with 9. He is second in receptions with 68, and he is third in yards with 740. So since week 3 of last year, Amon-Ra St. Brown has been a top 3 receiver in the NFL. That is something you can hang your hat on. That is something that you can focus on. The guy has been the pinnacle of consistency for the Detroit Lions offense. I think he continues to do that. Has a big game again this week, and we'll see whether or not it helps lead the Lions to victory.
I like that one. Where's my voice?
Say it with your chest.
Say it with your chest. that was crazy. Yesterday's intro to the show might have been the best because he also did ask me about my leader.
Yeah, that was great.
JB, by the numbers, give us one of your fun facts or stats previewing this matchup this Sunday.
All right, so I'm going to play both sides of this just in case there might be some Vikings fans, watching this right now. But I'm going to start with the Lions first, and I'm going to go with the 5.4, and that's the yards per carry. Now, Minnesota's run defense is terrible. We go back to week 1 against Green Bay. They had 18 carries, 111 yards. That's 6.2 yards per carry. Go to week 2 against Philly, 34 carries, 163 yards. That is 4.8 yards per carry. I think the Lions are going to start out with the run and then open up to that passing game because we all know Vikings defense right now after 2 games are ranked the 29th. So run first.
There you go.
I like that one. I like that. I'm going to stick with our side of the ball in defense. I'll give you 3. And this is in terms of Charles Harris. Just joined the Detroit Lions last year. Has only had 2 matchups against the Minnesota Vikings in their offensive front. However, he's totaled 3 sacks against Kirk Cousins and company. And at 3 also happens to be how many points we could have beat them. We needed to beat them last year in the very first matchup in Minnesota, which obviously we know we're back on the road this year. I think our pass rush, if I may, is better this year, including like Aiden Hutchinson.
Yeah, I'd say that for sure.
I'd say so too. And I got another one here. Wait for it to load up. I just saw this on the Detroit Lions PR. We had a graphic for it yesterday, but we just didn't get to it. The defense for the Detroit Lions, through 2 weeks, have generated 48 total quarterback pressures, tied for the most in the NFL per PFF.
Yes.
3 sacks Charles Harris in 2 matchups against the Minnesota Vikings. I think he can do that again, let alone we got Aiden Hudson there to no pun intended, aid him.
Yes.
Shout out to young Sus throwing the stats on the board. But yeah, another thing too, Kirk Cousins just doesn't do well under duress.
He does not.
By the numbers, Spinny, what else you got, man?
By the numbers, I got another one here. People might not like to hear this, but Justin Jefferson versus the Lions in his young career averages 125.8 yards per game.
Sheesh.
He averages 16.8 yards per catch. So the guy gets open. The guy makes big plays. And like I said, man, I was at that game last year, sitting front row. Had the goggles on, had a front row view. The guy was open on every single play. And I'm not talking about, oh, you throw me open. I'm talking 3-4 yards of separation on every single play. So it's tough. The guy is a monster. He's one of the best receivers in the NFL. And when you look at him averaging almost 126 yards per game against the Lions in his young career, that's tough. He's gonna get his.
Yeah.
There's nothing we can do to stop it.
That's 128 per game. There's another one too. I mean, this isn't by the numbers, but Daniel Hunter, their defensive end. Daniel Hunter. This is coming from 1020 men too. I believe has 12 sacks in his 10 matchups against the Lions.
I believe it.
That's over 1 per game.
Yeah.
That's not good. Sus, I know you just have one, and I don't want none of us to steal it. So give us your by the numbers.
Well, I think this is a big one. And my number to watch is points. The team with the most points will win, according to John Madden.
I knew I should have let you go last.
Yeah.
I was trying to be nice. Why?
I got another one.
I got another one too, but what do you got?
Get that taste out of our mouth.
Yeah.
Pause.
We'll pause.
Yeah.
Another
John one Madden. I got is Kirk Cousins by the numbers against the Detroit Lions.
Okay.
Kirk Cousins in his career against the Lions is 7-2.
Yep.
He averages 282 yards per game, 2.1 touchdowns per game, and only 1.7 sacks per game. So he's averaging more touchdowns than sacks, 282 yards, and has won 7 of his 9 matchups. So it's tough. It's tough. A lot of people like to talk crap about Kirk Cousins, but he's torched the Lions in his career.
Yeah, but I can't.
Yeah, you can't dispute it. The numbers don't lie.
Numbers don't lie. That's why we're doing this segment. By the numbers.
By the numbers.
JB, by the numbers. What else you got for us?
Actually, the copy off of Spencer's just a little bit. It is the Kirk Cousins factor. We all know he doesn't do well on Monday Night Football. I believe he's 2-10 as of right now. But since 2015, after a Monday Night Football loss, he has gone 6-2. So that shows you anything.
By the numbers. Way to kill the vibe, Spencer and JB. I have a Kirk Cousins stat for by the numbers. PFF grade for Kirk Cousins while under duress. He only averages 5 yards per carry. His grade overall is 52.9. Last week in that loss to the Eagles, they blitzed him 40% of the time, resulting in 27 of 46 attempts for 221 yards, 1 touchdown, and 3 interceptions.
Yeah.
I like AG. I can't sit up here and specifically tell you that he's got all these. Defense is defense. You know what I'm saying? There's only so much you can do. Offense, you get all crazy, but defense is defense. But I think AG's got some exotic blitz plans, and I think if Tracy Walker does play, obviously he's not hurt. Congratulations to him and his brand new son. But I think Tracy Walker, I think he had the lone sack on Jalen Hurts. Kirk Cousins ain't as mobile as Jalen Hurts. You know what I'm saying?
For sure.
So I think Tracy Walker, I'll even use him, whatever jersey number he is. I'd say that as well because he's a secret weapon for us in this matchup. I'm sending him after Kirk Cousins. And again, Eagles 40% of the time they blitz this man. And obviously resulted in a positive output for them. 3 interceptions.
By the numbers.
By the numbers.
I have another one for you guys. DeAndre Swift, in his young career against the Vikings, averages 90.3 total yards per game. And I would say this is the year that DeAndre Swift is in his best offense, is in his best environment, has obviously been torching guys. Hopefully he is fully healthy. So if he comes out there, I expect him to smash that number, but still averaging 90 yards per game against the team in your career, in your young career, is impressive to me.
That is good. I like that one.
Yeah.
JB? By the numbers.
By the numbers. My last one, if you're a better like me and you don't feel comfortable betting either the money line or the over and under, you can always bet the spread with the Lions. +6 right now, and they are 9-2 against the spread when playing in dome games the past 2 seasons. So,
good teams win, great teams cover.
Exactly.
That's a fact.
The Lions covered pretty well last year.
Good teams win, great teams cover. They were a great team because they covered.
Oh man, by the numbers.
Behind the numbers.
Behind
those numbers.
By the numbers. We have to stop Dalvin Cook early and often. The Minnesota Vikings are 6-0 when this man has 20 or more attempts. Last week only carried the ball 6 times, if not mistaken. Because they shut him out, the 3 and out early and often.
Only 16 yards.
Only 16 yards. By the numbers. We cannot allow him to get going. We have to stop him early. Shut him off. Don't let him get. I see you shaking your head, Sus. I know you got on your fantasy football team. This matters more. By the numbers. No. Well, go ahead.
Touchdowns, and then I want 5 rushing touchdowns, and then Lions win. That's what's going to happen.
No. Yeah. Because by the numbers, when he has 20 or more carries, the Vikings are undefeated, 6-0.
Boo.
I don't like that.
19 carries for 500 touchdowns.
500 touchdowns.
Or 500 yards.
I'm about to choke slam you in there, fam.
By the numbers.
By the numbers.
Those are some numbers.
I like that segment.
That was good.
That's kind of fun.
Yeah, and to get that energy, to keep that energy for by the numbers.
Yeah.
What would you do, Easy?
You already know, man. I got me a Citron, the official energy drink of the Detroit Red Wings. And right now, Citron has a 6-pack sampler that you can try. They got the cranberry, the OG, and the sugar-free in case you're trying to drop some LBs. You can get the 6-pack sampler at CitronWorld.com/Detroit Red Wings. This is the Woodward Heavyweights. We'll be right back on WoodwardSports.com. Make sure you guys hit the like button.
Hi, my diamonds. It's Crystal with an X. You want to get hot and perfect like me? Here's my super easy routine. Drink at least a gallon of water before you wake up. Attach a weight to everything in your house. Hello? Sell your car and just sprint everywhere. Scream when you exhale.
Don't follow Crystal with an X. Do your own thing at Planet Fitness with tons of equipment and free fitness training in our clean and spacious clubs. Join now for just $10 a month and cancel anytime.
It's a great day to get some Citron in your life. Okay. There it is. Citron, here we go. Gotta grab the cranberry. Oh wait, it's 2 for $4. Gotta double up with the classic as well. Citron World, baby. Citron, available at select Kroger's, and if you wanna know how, go to @CitronWorld.com. You can get dope like me. You know what? Why wait? Great taste, guaranteed.
By the numbers, Bedrock has the best place for you to hang out downtown, and that is the Monroe Street Midway, because Bedrock and Rocket basically turned an old parking lot into a massive outdoor playground. There's roller skating. They got mini golf. They got basketball courts, food trucks, live music performances, and art installations. So make sure you take someone downtown while you still can to check out the Monroe Street Midway. It's right next to Campus Martius, so go check it out. Check it out.
What up, though? Welcome back to the Woodward Heavyweights live on WoodwardSports.com. I'm your boy Easy, joined by my man Spin More Racks. We got Young Sus in the TD booth and JB Smooth on the 1s and 2s. And we are getting back into it. The Detroit Lions versus the Minnesota Vikings this Sunday at 1 p.m. Eastern. And we're going to continue to break down that, as well as trying to break down the brilliance behind the big brain of Ben Johnson. There's a lot of B's in that sentence.
Big brain of Ben Johnson?
Yes. Shout out to Ted Nugent. I'm just kidding. I said Ted Wynn. Is the correct pronunciation for that one?
Yes.
Of the Athletic, the NFL Athletic. He did a phenomenal piece on Ben Johnson's offense and doing his best to understand it. And I tried my best to understand it as well. There was a lot in there, Spinny. There's a lot. Sus, can you throw up the first graphic on this one? So it should be the 13 personnel.
Yeah.
The original one. So the Detroit Lions, one of the base formations right now is this, the 13 personnel. The reason why it's called that, you have 3 tight ends, 1 running back. And you obviously have another receiver too. That other receiver typically is obviously Amon-Ra St. Brown.
Yes, it is.
Now, a lot of times, Amon-Ra St. Brown, he's running around fly motion. That's why you saw come up that sweep. But he's also running that fly motion to do certain blocking schemes. There's another one I put in there, Sus. It's 13 personnel. I forgot what I labeled it as, but it's in. Okay, here we go. So here it is right here. All game, they're running this with all types of wham blocks, which is what you'll see one of those tight ends, you know what I'm saying, jump out, come through underneath the tackle. Pulleys, they have the tackles pull. I know that, this is only like high school football that I have advanced past, you know what I'm saying, but we used to pull as guards.
Yes.
We never pulled as tackles. I think you have to have a pretty good damn offensive tackle to pull your tackles, but there's multiple tackles pulling. You have the wham blocks, you have the counters, you know what I'm saying, where you're fake stepping and dashing in elsewhere, and then the fly motion going on with Amon-Ra St. Brown too, which he's a phenomenal blocker. That's part of it too. We have what's called a zone run scheme, which pretty much you're opening holes everywhere, and the running back sometimes gets to choose, but nonetheless, it's brilliant. We run the football very well, obviously. You saw by the numbers.
By the numbers.
We're averaging some of the most yards in carry. And so when we do this, these defenses, did I send the one with the defensive front, the 5-1?
No, this was the other one you sent.
Okay. Well, so throughout the game, this is against the Commanders. Throughout the game, obviously, we had that tight formation with 3 tight ends. And so they changed it up. They took off the 3 linebackers, and started and did a 5-1 front, which is all 5 defensive linemen and then 1 linebacker. When Jared Goff and company recognized that, go to the first one real quick one more time, Sus. It's complicated stuff, guys. I'm telling you, this article gets way more in depth than this too. Like, this is me, the other one before this one.
Oh.
This is me trying my best to explain. So obviously you see them uptight, all trying to fill the box because we're abusing them in the run game. And so they bring up that 5-1 again. There's 5 defensive linemen and only 1 linebacker on the defensive side of the ball. Jared Goff recognizes this. So Ben Johnson has it built into this offensive package to go ahead and fade to the next one. Spread out wide. They go empty backfield.
Yeah.
You got DeAndre Swift. I remember they said on offseason he's going to be playing a lot more receiver.
Yeah.
You might see him in the slot a couple times. He's on the outside. If you catch him right there. You got Amon-Ra. And this is actually, by the way, one of the best plays of running Madden. Which is kind of funny
4
because
verticals?
the 4 verticals.
Yeah.
Like one of the best plays of running Madden.
Shout out.
Ben Johnson's playing like real life Madden. They go from the uptight running formation with 3 tight ends, and then obviously you got Zylstra, Hawkinson. I don't even know who the other guys are there because I can't read it at the moment.
Brock Wright.
On this play, obviously everyone's concerned about the 2 guys they know are pass catchers, which is DeAndre Swift and Amon-Ra St. Brown. Amon-Ra St. Brown run that little in. This is the play they hit that one T.J. Hawkinson for. We can only put up so many pictures and videos and stuff like that without getting in trouble.
Yeah.
But T.J. Hawkinson caught that nice little, and it's just beautiful, man. They kept lining that formation up. There's another one too. They added 1 extra receiver and just abusing them, running the football right down their throats, and then every single time they run the football again too, they have that little fly motion again by Amon-Ra St. Brown, but he always just ended up blocking it.
The numbers.
So by the numbers, they're like, damn, he's a run play every single time this happens.
Yeah.
Well, the one end round we had, that 50-yard run that Amon-Ra St. Brown had, was out of that same formation.
Yes.
And Jared Goff just happened to pass in the ball. Josh Reynolds had a touchdown out of that same formation as well. And we've been bashing T.J. Hawkinson because he has looked rough. He's had a lot of drops. I think he ranked like 32nd in the league right now per PFF in terms of like catch rate ability, but I think he's going to thrive in this offense if they continue to do it like that. It's just, and that's just like trying to break it down. But defenses, it came out today, they're having a hard time how to adjust to that because once you put the personnel on to stop the run, they go in empty backfield, and then it's a pass play.
Yeah.
And that's where you get to utilize T.J. Hawkinson, who could also block and catch. But yeah, that's me trying. That's just a taste of it. You guys gotta check this article out. It's by Ted Wynn of The Athletic. I'll make sure to retweet it, but it's fire, man.
Yeah, it's true. And by the numbers, it's shown that this style of offense, this scheming, these kind of formations have led to a lot of big explosive plays. Because this Detroit Lions offense, obviously we've talked about, their first in the NFL in yards per carry was 7.2, which they have 0 fumbles, by the way, so far.
Yeah.
0 fumbles by running backs. I mean, that's pretty good.
Yeah.
They're first in rushing plays over 40 yards. Swift is averaging 10 yards per carry. DeAndre Swift is averaging 10. He has 20 carries for 200 yards. The guy's averaging 10 yards per carry. He has 2 rushes over 40 yards. You look at the passing game. They're averaging 11.5 yards per completion, 8 completions for over 20 yards. They have 9 total touchdowns, 6 passing, 3 rushing. This offense has been explosive, and by the numbers, you can see how much they're doing that, how much they're scheming these guys open, using these different formations, these different sets to get guys open down the field to make big chunk plays that are leading to these scoring drives, touchdown drives. It's really impressive what Ben Johnson has been doing with this offense. He has been making it one of the most explosive offenses, if not the most explosive offense in the NFL. And when you hear that, you think Josh Allen, you think Patrick Mahomes, you think guys like, but nope. This is Jared Goff and this Lions offense schemed by the big brains on Ben. And I love to see it, man. You love to see these guys hitting on all cylinders, clicking, making things work down the field. It's very impressive. Hopefully they can keep that up. Hopefully Minnesota has the same problems with this offense that we saw Washington have, and Ben Johnson is just goated by the end of the year.
Yeah, and they were, they quoted Jeff Schwartz in that same article as well, too. He's a former offensive lineman. I believe he played for the Browns. And he was just like, we've seen the zone run scheme. We haven't seen this many, like, win blocks, this many wham blocks, this many counters, this many pulls, incorporated into it. They've double wide counters. They've done everything under the sun in terms of these chaotic, like, blocking schemes. And they asked Jeff Schwartz, as a former offensive lineman, why don't we see this more often? He said pretty much 2. They have 2 great offensive tackles in terms of Taylor Decker and Penei Sewell. Especially Penei Sewell, a guy who could hit that double initially, and he's athletic enough to break off and spread a skill player downfield. And it's also like extremely complex. It's a complex offense, and that's why I wanted to and I said it earlier this week, just out of negligence. I credited Frank Haley, and because he has got our second string guards ready to play these games. Again, guys who never even played guards beforehand, but just the fact that they have this complex of a system down. It's just it's truly amazing, man. I think this coach staff, Ben Johnson specifically, the real deal. Now I think this weekend's a big test because I feel like that stuff's gonna be a lot harder to execute while on the road. In a chaotic environment. We spoke with our guy One Bar, and the Vikings, the doom, the skull, which is absolutely sick, by the way. But I think that having to do a silent count and having all those exotic, chaotic assignments, I think make complex this a little bit. I mean, we're still going to see it, but dude, this is just the tip of the iceberg. This isn't the whole thing yet. They've been able to execute through minimal effort, minimal lineups so far, and that's one of the things too I've always noticed about great offensive coordinators. Kyle Shanahan and the 49ers, a lot is the same formation. Almost, I want to say 30% of the time, 40% of the time, but someone running the ball differently every single time. Obviously, you saw how they broke out, and then Swift run out to the receiver. Imagine when J-Mo comes back, and he is the wide receiver, and then you have Amon-Ra in the backfield because he can come out of the backfield. You don't know if he's actually running out of the backfield, and then you have those 2 lined up at your receiver position, and then T.J. Hawkinson breaks out of his slump because we do know he can be productive. We've seen it before. The run game specifically is going to be damn near phenomenal. It's just up to Jared Goff if these defenses do finally start to find a way to slow it down. If he can execute, out of those audibles, and execute getting the ball to T.J. Hawkinson, Amon-Ra, or even Swift, because I think one of the one touchdown pass that was dropped by Swift last week was a play like this, someone that just graced his fingers. But we'll see, man. Again, this is the tip of the iceberg. I glanced over this article twice because we had to do the prep. I had my son today too, so I'm going to read it again today. Then obviously I'm going to try to break into more film because there's been times I jumped on the all-22 for the Detroit Lions games on the offense side of the ball. Yeah. And I was like, I don't know football like I thought I did. But no, defensive coordinators. Yeah, defensive coordinators this is some crazy shit. Some brand new shit.
Haunting the dreams of defensive coordinators around the NFL. They're waking up in cold sweats three tight ends on one side. A bunch formation with tight ends. What am I going to do?
Yeah, and here's the original tweet. It says, I'm hearing from other coaches, the Lions offense with Ben Johnson on the controls has been challenging to prepare for and defend. FB_film analyst, that's our guy Ted Wynn, breaks down why here. That's where you link the article. I encourage everybody who's a nerd enough to check it out, who wants to try to check it out. It's a phenomenal piece. It's a phenomenal piece.
Yeah, it's very impressive what he's doing. He's going around. He's breaking things up. He's doing things that we haven't seen in Detroit, that a lot of people haven't seen in the league so far. Like you said, there are people that do this for a living, that their job is to go out there and scheme against offenses like that, are like, I don't know what the hell's going on here. This is scaring me. So it is impressive when you have that on your team. It is impressive when you have a guy like that is scheming these guys open, scheming these guys to make big plays, to make this offense go. You love to see it, and you love. But that is just more of a reason why I'm scared that we're going to lose Ben Johnson. Because you're hearing stuff like that. You're hearing how innovative this offense is. You're hearing how hard it is to guard. That's like people are going to snatch that up. People are going to want that. And if it continues like that on the same trajectory, if it continues like that on the same pace, he probably won't be around here too long. Sauce, you have your hand raised?
Yeah. I love how every time you go, yes, you guys have your hand raised.
Yes.
But no, I just want to ask this as like a general question, because I know this is kind of something that's new to the Lions. But I mean, how often does a coordinator get this level of attention this early? I mean, it seems like obviously it's on a national level, but it seems like it's also happening very fast.
You're 100% on the money. Yeah, I actually can't even think. This is week 2 of this man's first time at the offensive coordinator position, and like these are like what's being said about him. Like people are freaking out and raving. Like, you're on the money, actually, Sus, off the top of my head. I know that they call Sean McVay the boy wonder, the kid genius. He was an offensive coordinator for 2 years before he got hired in as a head coach. But week 2 of this gentleman's like career as an offensive coordinator, it is like we are blessed, man. I don't even know, dude. If they are trying to hire him, just say Campbell, like, hey, Campbell, you got to be OC. We got to keep Ben, bro.
Oh, man.
It's scary.
That is tough. You can't do that. I feel like that would destroy the continuity, would destroy the locker room.
I feel like Dan would do it, though. No?
To hold on to Ben Johnson?
Yeah, just to keep, because, dude.
I don't know, man. Or you just pay Ben Johnson an NFL coach's salary to have him be your offensive coordinator.
Yeah, I mean, I'm going to send some more pictures, maybe hopefully during the break. But, yeah, I mean, we're abusing them so much in the run game. They literally had took 5 defensive linemen and put them on the front. Only had 1 linebacker specifically to stop our run game, and they just couldn't. JB, did you catch that article by chance? Did you get to click on that one?
No, I didn't get to read that one. But now that you've said all this, I kind of want to go back and actually like really take a look at it. Because as you said, I thought I knew football, but no, I do not.
Dude, it's
like,
crazy.
Madden, all I do is streaks and slants. That's it. That's all I know.
Yes, sir.
That is it. We're definitely going to have to look into that. And the offense has been very impressive. The defense has not been as impressive, but, if you need a good defense, there's only one place you can go, and that is Guardian Alarm, because Guardian Alarm keeps you safe and gives you peace of mind, whether you're at home or on the road. With their 24/7 local monitoring, they make sure the things that are important to you stay safe. So all you have to do is call 1-800.
Stay out.
That's 1-800.
Stay out.
Right now, and let them know Woodward Sports sent you. We are the Woodward Heavyweights, and we'll be right back.
Fellas, let's be honest. We like things to be easy. We like simple stuff, like sports 7 days a week. We like things uncomplicated, like Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men. Open 10 to 8, 7 days a week. Walk in anytime. Sign in, sit down, watch your favorite team play, and before you know it, your hair will be game ready. Open 10 to 8, 7 days a week. Walk in anytime. Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men. It's wicked awesome.
Life is full of hard choices. We're here to make one of life's biggest decisions as simple as possible. My name is Christina Gennari, and for over 20 years, I've helped hundreds of families buy and sell homes. We cover all of Metro Detroit and more, from large luxury homes to starter homes. We will work hard to make sure that you get the home of your dreams. So if you're in the market today or even thinking about buying or selling in the future, make the obvious choice. Christina Gennari, the obvious choice in real estate. Visit us at soldchristina.com today.
What's going on, everybody? It's Spencer for Big Frog in Novi, and right now you can get a free Woodward Sports t-shirt. That's right, a free Woodward Sports t-shirt all month long at Big Frog in Novi. All you have to do is go in there, tell them we sent you, and they will print you out one on the spot. So get into Big Frog Novi today to get your free t-shirt, or visit them online at bigfrog.com/Novi.
What up, though? Welcome back to the Woodward Heavyweights live on woodwardsports.com. I'm your boy Easy, joined by my man Spin More Rex.
Hello.
We got Young Sus in the TD booth, JB Smooth with the 1 to 2s, and we just vibing today, man. It's a good show. I don't know if it's a Centron I got in me or what. I'm feeling good, boys.
Yeah.
Feeling good. Sus, did that intimidate you from learning the football at all? That just whole I don't know, just looking at some of those formations and the different blocking schemes and stuff like that.
I mean, it's definitely overwhelming to me now, but it's interesting, and I get general concepts of sports. Like that's actually where I'm finding, like, sometimes I'll have, when I talk with my NFL friends, is I'll have some good takes because I'm just looking at like philosophies and not getting like attached. Like I'm not attached to names yet. You know what I'm saying? Where everybody who loves any sport, obviously you get some like biasness and beliefs and all that, and certain people and certain ideas, whereas right now it's just kind of philosophies. But yeah, that was a lot to take in, but I'm enjoying it. Nice. I'm gonna be a savant one day.
Yeah, we'll see.
Which is crazy because we're like I've always kind of like try to look into that stuff because I do want to know and see like who I can like bitch at after games and who to blame. But it's just tough because you just don't know the assignment of every single player, and like I could see why T.J. Hawkinson in week 1 could run the wrong route now. Mm-hmm. Because this is how complex and that is. Yeah. I mean, it comes down to like the receivers too. The receivers have to block, and I think in that very article they kind of compared us to that Los Angeles Rams offense that had Josh Woods and Cooper, all guys that are willing to block. Yeah. I just hope that J-Mo has that same effect so he can get on the field and showcase what he can do in the receiving game.
He said he did in their interview when they interviewed him. He said, he's no problem doing that. So he would have to look at his Alabama film, but I'm sure they run a lot of running plays and a lot of motion and sweep options at Alabama, so I'm sure he had to deal with a lot of that as well. So,
oh my gosh, I was just thinking too, like, put Jamison Williams in that fly motion, the same, sweep down Murat only took for 50 because he couldn't outrun the defense. Like
he gone,
J-Mo take it to the crib.
Yeah, for sure.
It's just wild, man. They finally get that 5-1 penny out there to stop the run, and Jared Goff's like, psych.
Yeah, spread him out.
Yeah, spread him out.
Jeez Louise.
Jeez Louise. I thought they're very interesting, but I want to move on to the keys to the game. Let our brains settle down a little bit and try to understand Ben Johnson's offense. But keys to the game, Spinny. Detroit Lions versus Minnesota Vikings. What do you got for us?
We going one at a time. We going back and forth.
Yeah, let's go one at a time.
One at a time. Okay.
Start on offense or defense?
I'm going to start on defense. One of my keys to the game is stopping Dalvin Cook. Because I think, like I said, I already talked about Justin Jefferson averaging 125 yards per game against the Lions. Excuse me. So he's going to get his.
Yeah.
You have to contain and stop Dalvin Cook because that is what will get this offense started. You had the stat about when he gets 20 or plus more carries, they're undefeated. He is a guy that'll go out and rip this offense. Rip it right into gear.
Rip it loud.
He will make sure that they move down the field. So it is imperative that we stop Dalvin Cook before they can get going, before that implements anything else in their game, in their offense, gets that deep field passing game going. It all starts with Dalvin Cook, so we need to make sure we stop him if we want to win.
100%. We said it by the numbers.
By the numbers.
Because you must stop Dalvin Cook. A prime example is last week. Saying he got stopped, and they had to shut him down, only 6 carries, and they whooped that ass. Prime example, you gotta stop Dalvin Cook.
By the numbers.
By the numbers. JB, you got any defensive keys to the game for us?
Probably just one for me, and that's stopping Justin Jefferson. Now, Amani Awari has reached out to our former boy Darius Slay to get some keys from him on how to stop him. So I'm not too sure if he's going to be guarding him or Jeff Okudah, but I'm glad he at least reached out and gave us some tips. So that's my key right there, stopping Justin Jefferson.
By the numbers, that's not going to happen. Man, that would be great.
Darius probably looked at his phone. First, dismissed my drunk text, like, what is this weirdo on?
Yeah.
Answer for Monty. What up, Monty? You ain't me.
He is the number 1 corner rated by PFF.
Darius Slay is cold. Yeah. I feel like we had this discussion actually a couple weeks ago. He is, I feel like, underrated in the public side, but by his peers, highly respected.
Oh, yeah, they know.
100%, they know.
I miss him
He's
so
a dog.
Much. I miss him. Darius Slay, I miss you, man. We hate Matt Patricia too. Just come back.
Literally, Monday night I hit him with that text.
Yeah.
Are you up right now?
Yeah.
But
hey, big head.
Hey, big head. By the way, life hack, great way to get booty pics. Text the girl, say, "What up, little booty?" By the numbers. Another key to the game for the Detroit Lions versus the Minnesota Vikings is getting to Kirk Cousins.
Yes.
As we said, under duress, and by the numbers segment, he ranks at 52.9. That's his grade in PFF. They blitzed him 40% of the time last week. Did not do well. Kirk Cousins doesn't do well under duress. He's not as athletic as Jalen Hurts, as we said. So I think Tracy Walker should be able to get down on him.
Mm-hmm.
And that NASCAR package too. You got another defensive key for us?
I do, and that's winning the turnover battle.
Yes.
You know, we've had a lot of luck with not fumbling the ball as much. Goff had that one pick, but it really wasn't his fault. So they've been taking care of the ball pretty well on offense. We need to take it all away on defense. We need to punch that out from Dalvin Cook a couple times. We need to pick off Kirk Cousins like Darius Slay was doing. Like, you know, Darius Slay was giving out free hotcakes as many times he picked off Kirk Cousins in their matchup last week. So I expect them to go out there aggressively, and winning the turnover battle will be a huge step towards success and winning the game against the Minnesota Vikings. Because by the numbers, the team who wins the turnover battle normally wins the game.
100%. And I guess pointing back to our by the numbers segment, that Charles Harris 3 sacks.
Yeah.
Aiden Hutchinson 3 sacks in his debut. I'm saying, so you already have Charles Harris, who's been dominating their offensive front. I know they have a rookie center, if I'm not mistaken, Ed Ingram, they drafted this year, and then they have who was the guy one bar was complaining about? There was like 3 of them. One was like Bradbury. There was like 3 of them, all guys fighting for that right guard spot. But nonetheless, Minnesota Vikings offensive line ranked, I think, the 31st last year. Our defensive front, especially that NASCAR package, it is missing John Kaminsky, which I think is a bigger issue than a lot of other people do. I think that he truly was like a team guy. You know what I'm saying? He would take on those double teams. I mean, you heard it from Todd Walsh himself. Him taking on a double team last week led Aiden Hutchinson to one of his sacks. He had a clean look, untouched, came through and took down Carson Wentz. So, and Austin Bryant was a healthy scratch last week, and I don't know why.
Yeah.
He performed well in the preseason. I don't know if it was like a disciplinary issue or like it's just not getting the defense down. I mean, I was encouraged by what I saw from him in preseason, but obviously if he's a healthy scratch, he's not performing to the standard of the coaches. So, but definitely I think I want to utilize that NASCAR package once we stop the run, obviously, and then get to Kirk Cousins. Junior Quar healthy, he had a sack against the Vikings last year too.
Yeah, for sure. You have those guys back. You need to make some pressure. Another one of my keys to the game is not leaving points on the field. We talked 100%. About, the offense has been great. They have been scoring a lot, but they have left some points on the field by settling for field goals, by going 3-and-out, pick 6 in their first game, and then 3-and-out in the game against the Commanders. So we need to take advantage of our opportunities. We can't settle for field goals, and we can't have back-to-back 3-and-outs, because not only does that wear down the defense, but it kind of muddles up the offense, and then you have to wait to get it started again. We need to keep that offense humming, keep it going, and make sure they don't get, leaving any points on the field.
I'm with you, too. That offensive keys, jumping up. Yeah, that's a great one, actually. Don't leave any points in the field. The same way Jared Goff, Ben Johnson, they all said this week, we felt we left some meat on the bone.
Yeah.
We left some points in the field, and they were pissed off about it. Like, it's crazy to think of how complex this offense has been, how good they've been at executing this complex offense, and they're still we're not even hitting on all cylinders yet. It's going to be a tough crowd, or I guess a tough opportunity to execute it that way, because again, you're on the road in Minnesota at US Bank Stadium, the crowd's going to be going crazy. Yeah, don't leave any points in the field. Another thing I have to say, Logan Steinberg, I think he is the weak link on this team. You got me saying no.
Steinberg?
Yeah. Oh, no, you said Sternberg. It is Steinberg.
It's Stenberg.
Yeah. Nonetheless, I think he is the weak link on this offensive line. Danielle Hunter,
Danielle
makes me a little nervous. So I guess, he's step it up and keep Jared Goff clean, because if the run game, if we're not able to execute all those exotic, pulls and whams and everything else under the sun because of how loud that stadium is, we're going to need to rely on Jared Goff, staying clean in that pocket so he could get the ball to some of our playmakers.
Yeah, it's, the health is another big one. Obviously, the health of the offensive line going up against Zadarius Smith and Danielle Hunter is very important. But I also have the health of DeAndre Swift. as my keys to the game. It's, if he goes out there, if he's healthy, if he shows us what he's shown us, he'll be explosive. He'll get that offense going. If he's still lingering, still dealing with some injuries, maybe it's hampered a little bit. So hopefully we have a fully healthy DeAndre Swift out there. He's ready to go. He's ready to work, and he has a big game against the Vikings defense, which gives up a lot of rush yards on the ground. And like I said, in the by the numbers was that he averages 90. Against this defense, this Minnesota Vikings already.
Yeah.
So in this new explosive offense, maybe you can go out there for 130 or 140.
Yeah. Paul Thomas in Woodward Sports Chat says Stenberg is great on run plays, not good with pass blocking, and I agree. I actually, trying to watch a little bit of tape, I did. That's the other thing too, is like there's some times with Stenberg specifically, I don't know if I was watching him miss a block or like pull and go to the next level. I couldn't tell sometimes. He is definitely the weak link on this offensive line, and it's crazy they've been able to cover him up, especially against a front like Washington. Last week. Another key to the game in the offensive end, T.J. Hawkinson. We need you to come out and execute for this offense, man. If we want to continue using and abusing these defense coordinators, keeping them up at night.
Say it with your chest.
You're going to have to hold on to that football when it comes to you, man. When we're spreading out to that 5 wide, you need to catch the football because you're one of you're supposed to be one of the best receiving tight ends in the league. Let alone in that specific look, you're one of the best receiving options on the field at time. You have DeAndre Swift, Amon St. Brown, and then you. I'm not feeling too comfortable passing the ball to Shane Zylstra or Brock Wright. No disrespect to them. I'm sure they could, but you're supposed to be the guy. You're the guy that's talking about paying $15 million a year. We need T.J. Hawkinson. That's a key to my game for me, too, especially if we're going with those, the 3-1 look, the 3-1 personnel, 13, whatever the hell it is. T.J. Hawkinson's going to have to execute.
Yes, he is. He's going to have to go out there and execute at a high level. We definitely need more out of him. It's very important for him to be a part of this offense, be a focal point in this offense, because just like DeAndre Swift being healthy and going, it frees up a lot more. If you have T.J. Hawkinson eating up in the middle of that field, making catches, making plays, it frees you up for down-the-field shots to DJ Chark. It frees you up for Amon St. Brown to do other things to get open because people have to look at T.J. Hawkinson as well, and then you can punch him in the mouth with a run from Swift. So it is important for him to get going, and he is a focal point of this offense for sure.
He is a focal point of this offense, just like Swiss Insurance should be a focal point of every tailgate. Guys, we know how it gets at tailgates. Woodward heavyweights be out and about. We see how, ruckus they get. We actually visited one tailgate specifically. It was the only tailgate that I caught a couple drinks at, and I walked away a little woozy, ready to cheer on third down, okay? With all that fun comes some responsibility, too. Host liquor liability is an important coverage when hosting a high school, college, or pro tailgate. Let Mark at Swiss Insurance make sure you are protected so you can enjoy the big game. This is Woodward Heavyweights on WoodwardSports.com. Make sure you hit that like button. We'll be right back talking more Detroit Lions.
It took exploring 50 different formulas and hosting countless taste tests, but we believe Gypsy Vodka is the smoothest vodka on the market. Don't believe us? Ask the owners.
We're Mike and Adam Kazanowski with High Five Spirits Distillery. We're in close to about 1,200 locations throughout Michigan. We wanted to create a brand that was geared more towards freedom, love, adventure, and at the end of the day, we really wanted to tell a story that inspired other people to take risks, follow their dreams, whatever that might be.
Hey, it's Scott from the Bet Show. Thursday Night Football coming at you here tonight. We're going to break it all down for you. We got a little bit of weather issues here tonight. We also got some pretty strong trends, so have to join us at 4:30 at the Woodward Bets YouTube page to hear all about it. You also got to get over to their app store and download oddstrader.com. It's got live scoring, play-by-play updates, the best place to check all the odds of sports books right in the palm of your hand. But hey, let's get to some fun coupons. We need some winners. So for tonight, I'm rolling with the Steelers. The Steelers are 20-6 against the spread in divisional games as underdogs under Tomlin. Sounds good to me. oddstrader.com. Woodward Bets. Check it out.
Check it out. For a limited time only, all new burgers and fries are back at Big Boy. It's not the Slim Jim. It's the Big Jim. The chili cheese is such a tease. And guess what else is new? The bacon blue. What about upgrading those fries? They got chili cheese fries, baked potato fries, and nacho fries. So satisfy those taste buds at Big Boy.
What up, though? Welcome back to the Woodward Heavyweights. I'm your boy Eazy, joined by my man Spin Mo Rex.
Hello.
We got Young Sus in the TD booth, JB Smooth the 1s and 2s, and we're cruising along on a Friday. If you haven't already, make sure you guys share the stream, woodwardsports.com. Hit that like button. Moving on. Actually, people in chat going at my man Michael Brockers.
Yeah.
Where you at with him?
I mean, he hasn't shown us much on the field. I think he's getting outplayed by guys like obviously Kaminsky, Isaiah Buggs. You know, Austin Bryant outplayed him in preseason. He didn't play much in preseason, but he was supposed to be a guy you brought in that solidified that defensive line, that did a lot for you, brought the winning culture, you know, veteran presence to help the young guys, and I haven't seen him do much out there. So hopefully it's big because we're going to need him. We're going to need him this week without Kaminsky. We're going to need him to be a big force in helping stop Dalvin Cook and helping stop that Minnesota rushing attack. So hopefully he can go out there and he can do something.
Yeah, it's tough because like he has one of those like underappreciated roles as a heavyweight. You know what I'm saying? Well, you know, a lot of times he is just asked to take on the double teams, asked to cause chaos. So your NASCAR guys, your edge rushers, your pass getters, they can do their job.
Yeah.
So sometimes it's kind of hard to evaluate what he's out there doing on the field. And another thing too, the point we're talking about, like just watching these teams, is we don't know what that player's specific assignment is. With him, I guess I'm not on either side of the fence. I'm kind of just like in between. You know, I know they spread his money out this year for whatever reason. I don't know that he's here next year, but I know if he is here next year, it's on a discount now. He's got a majority of his payment up front. But who knows, man? A lot of that, his position too, is coming back. Well, actually, I don't know about Levi, but I'm assuming Josh Pascal is going to be ready to go after next week. That's the last week of the pup.
Sick little puppies.
I'm gonna ask Maddie to find that out about us next week. I know I'm jumping the gun a little bit, but
Find out what's going on with all those guys.
100%.
Romeo, Pascal, Levi.
Yeah, I'm not. Where you at?
Jerry
with Romeo?
Jacobs.
Jacobs come back for sure. Cause remember how pissed he was.
Yeah.
When he like, cause he sounded like it helped the other players just like week out or something like that. And he was super pissed about that. But how you feel about Romeo though? Speaking of like the defensive line.
I mean, we're going to need to see it. Obviously, you know, he was a 10-sack guy. He was a guy you paid big money to. He has been off for a while, so hopefully when he comes back in, he can make the plays. He can be that guy that we paid him the bag to be. He can be a big help in that pass rush. I mean, obviously it'll only get better. You have your blue chip guy in Aiden Hutchinson. You have a guy in Charles Harris that you like on the other side. His brother Julian came in, had a big game, had 5 pressures, did a lot of things right. And if Romeo comes in, he does the same thing. Hopefully he's just picking up where he left off. Hopefully he's picking up. He's going to make his money. He's going to do his job. He's going to go out there. He's going to attack the quarterback. Because if not, he might start looking a little Trey Flowers-ish. He might. But I expect him to come back and hit the ground running. I expect him to be a big piece, a big help to this offense. And, you know, when we have Romeo and Pascal back, maybe we see Aiden on the inside a little bit more. Maybe we see some different stunts going forward. So I'm excited. Hopefully Romeo comes back in, picked up where he left off before his injury, and is that big sack guy, that big money guy that we paid him to be.
Yeah, where are your like expectations for it? Because mine personally, they're kind of low. Just because of the Achilles injury. I'm saying, like, I feel like, I mean, we had Dr. Pearson here. You lose a lot of explosion in there. And as an defensive lineman, or edge rusher specifically, there's 2 different types, obviously. We're talking about, you know, Daniel Hunter. He's more of a power rusher, I feel like. But Romeo, I feel like he's more of that speed, you know what I'm saying, coming off that edge. And I feel like he may lose that. And without that, I don't know what he...
I don't know. I mean, maybe it's a little overblown on those Achilles injuries because we haven't seen much of a loss from Jeff Okudah. If anything, he's come back and looked better.
But it's also a different position, though, too.
Yeah, but you also,
saying?
you know, you need that explosion to turn around when you're backpedaling to catch up to guys in the field. And he's looked pretty good. So, yeah, it's definitely a different position, and explosion and get off is very important for a defensive end, but he's had a while to recover. He's had a while to come back. So hopefully he comes back right in and doesn't miss a game, doesn't miss a beat. I obviously don't expect that. I expect there to be a little bit of a hangover. But depending on what game he comes back, I expect him to be right back in there and getting in the backfield, causing havoc.
Lorenzo Peterson in the Woodward Sports chat says Romeo is running full speed now. I've not seen those reports, but if he is, that's amazing to hear. But no, I just feel like the Achilles is different at the edge rusher positions because you got to think you're exploding. You're trying to shed like that extra weight of an offensive lineman like off you so you can then go make a play. Whereas like you kind of, as a cornerback, you can run freely. I guess Kuda does like jam at the line, but that's it in terms of like making contact. Whereas edge rusher, you make contact with a 300-pound man. You know what I'm saying? What are you laughing at? Someone say something in the chat?
Yeah, in the Woodward Sports chat, Looted Corp said it's 2022. We just give them Achilles from their clone's body. And it's even funnier because with Romeo Okwara, he's got a brother that plays for the team, so maybe that is just his clone out there.
Yeah.
Julian was out for a little bit. Maybe they were taking his Achilles off and putting but we've seen injuries like that, and it was the ACL for a while, and I know it was the meniscus and stuff like that. And progressively, as technology has advanced, as medicine has advanced, these have gotten better and better, less and less hampering on these guys' careers. And I expect now, with the way medicine is, with the way sports medicine is, and how much is invested in these guys, they're obviously getting the top training, the top recovery in the world.
Best of the best of the best, sir.
So hopefully it doesn't take too much off of him and he can go out there and be the guy we paid him to be.
Yeah, I'm trying to look up some new. I didn't hear anything about him running full sprints, but I mean, if that's the case, it's awesome. Sign. Sounds like he's gonna be ready to go come week 5. Where you at with Romeo, JB? Are you what are you expecting when he comes back? You keep your expectations low, high, mid?
I want to say mid. I'll say mid, definitely, just because I know he's been determined in his training and trying to work himself to get back on that field. So I'm going to keep my expectations mid. I know he wants to come out there and just hit the ground running, but take it easy first, probably that first game or so before you just go full sprint out there.
Yeah. And seeing all these injuries, too, like, I know that Brad Holmes drafted a few guys already injured in terms of like Levi Onwuzurike and Josh Pascal, but he's also invested heavily into the heavies on the defensive front, and I think you're seeing why, at least on our team. I mean, obviously I'm not paying attention to every single other team, and they're backups, but like we have so many defensive linemen hurt right now, and you talk about our run defense. That'd help it. You know what I'm saying?
That'll help. Hopefully,
some
Levi's
of the boys back.
Feeling good.
Yeah,
Levi's is even tougher with a back injury. You never know. They could just keep bugging you.
I'm trying to read some stuff on our guy. Romeo. I mean, nonetheless, he's 2 weeks out anyway. The whole basis of this conversation, how it started, was based on Michael Brockers.
Bite your thumb at me, sir.
If what?
No, I did not bite my thumb at you, sir. From Romeo and Juliet. That's a good movie, man. Have you ever seen that movie?
No, I have not.
With Leo DiCaprio?
I do not partake. I'd probably bet that Eternal is better because they got a sequel.
No, it's not. You can't have a sequel of Romeo and Juliet.
Oh, yes, you can. And have you never seen The Night Before Halloween?
That is completely different.
Christmas Before Halloween? Whatever the hell it was.
Nightmare Before Christmas?
Yeah, The Nightmare Before Christmas.
That is... Dude.
What?
That is so different. It is not even close.
I'm just saying the sequel could have been the Afterlife.
Romeo and Juliet is a play written in like the 1700s. Like, come on.
What? Nightmare Before Christmas come out later on in life.
I don't want to spoil
Shakespeare
it
wasn't
easy. I don't
thinking
want
ahead
to
of his
spoil
time.
Romeo and Juliet, but
do
you know how it ends? Like,
everybody
you can't do a sequel.
Not everybody. I thought just the 2 of them died.
Yeah, they die.
Yeah, the 2 people it's named after.
And then boom, sequel. They're in hell, or they're in between. They can make it back.
Get right.
If they go
hit up Shakespeare, ask him if you can get the rights, and
you know what,
and start writing that sequel.
Kanye's more relevant.
It's like you watch that movie Soul, the one by Disney.
No.
Where there's like in the in between, and they just have to get like Hades a snack pack, and they get their Romeo and Juliet bodies back. I'm just kidding. I don't know, man. My brain's burnt. I'm gonna write down.
Yeah, I believe you. I would listen. I would watch an epic ballad written by Eazy for sure.
Take us a break, man.
Yeah, hard to transition from that, so I'm just going to do a hard cut. If you're looking to buy or sell a home, whether you're a player or a fan, helping you buy, sell, or invest is Michael Phillips' top priority. Being in the game for over 23 years makes Mike the #1 option for you or for anyone. So if you have real estate needs, call Michael Phillips, 313-403-0011. Michael Phillips, game on. We are the Woodward Heavyweights, and we'll be right back.
At work and at home, we're there with smarter security solutions. Featuring complete automation with customized alerts and more. For over 90 years, we've been the company that's been counted on to protect what matters most, all with personalized service and care. Right now, for a limited time, receive a free video device plus free installation with a new home system. Guardian Alarm. We protect Michigan.
When you need apparel, there's only one place to go. Big Frog in Novi. With no setup fees, no artwork fees, no minimum, and a 24-hour turnaround, you can have your whole team outfitted in no time. Embroidery, direct-to-garment, vinyl, and screen printing, Big Frog has it all in all the styles you want. So whether it's a sports team, fundraiser, school event, or corporate needs, Big Frog is your one-stop destination. Visit bigfrog.com/Novi or call 844-4-BIG-FROG.
Art thou interested in expanding thy career and making art thou difference in thy community? Academy of One is for thy professionals that have passion for working with students in thy K-8 department and more. 'Twas more. For more information on how to apply, call the Academy of Warren at 586-552-8010 or visit theacademyofwarren.net. Check him out.
Hey,
I'm telling you, he's a big dude. I don't want no problems with it. What up, though? Welcome back to the Woodward Heavyweights. I'm your boy Easy, joined by my man Spinmo Rex. All right. We got Young Sus in the TD booth. JB Smooth. I was thinking actually just now that text, using that damn slang. Art thine
ready for what is cometh next? Which is our Pick'em segment.
Oh, the Pick'em.
Pick'em. I got 6 games for us.
Cue the music, JB.
Cue the music. If you don't know, we did it last week. Loser has to wear that smelly old hot dog suit on Tuesday. And we're going to start it up. We're going to start it up hot with a barn burner. Okay. One of the best games of the week. Arguably one of the best games of the year. I'm very excited for this game. Easy. Who do you have? Texans at Bears.
Oh, my God. Give me the Texans.
Texans.
The Bears have completed, what, like 18 passes, 20 passes all year?
You got long neck daddy, Davis Mills.
The Texans, like, low-key beat a couple of good teams last year. This year, I can't even tell you the Broncos are good at this point. I had them low in my power rankings because they barely beat the Texans.
Yes.
They tied the Colts. Texans causing problems for everybody. The Bears don't look the prettiest. Give me the Texans.
That's for sure. JB, who do you got? Texans, Bears.
Give me the Texans.
All day. Sus, Texans, Bears.
I'm rolling with the long necks. I'm rolling with the Texans. Let's do it.
Okay.
Hey, for the score this week, can we do the Lions game? Just because people are asking?
No. We'll give our picks. I got a good one for the score prediction.
You're no fun.
I'm going to go Chicago.
All right.
I'm going to go with the Bears.
That's fine.
I think they have better weapons than the Texans. I think they'll go out there and they'll get it done. I mean, they already beat the 49ers. Yeah, it was a slot bowl game, but I think they can go out there and get it done. Next up, we have Rams at Cardinals. Easy, who do you got? Rams at Cardinals, Kyler versus Stafford.
Ooh, I feel like the easy answer would be Rams. Cardinals surprised me last week against the Raiders.
They did.
They're missing a couple of wide receivers.
Stafford's thrown, 5 interceptions already this year?
Yeah. And they had a close game against the Falcons, too. Yeah. The Falcons aren't a really good team, but give me the Rams. I just can't see it. I really can't. Although I think it can happen, I'm just not going to cut around my mouth. Pause.
All right, JB, Rams, Cardinals. Who you got?
I'll take the chalk on this one. Give me the Rams.
Give me the Rams. Sus, Rams, Cardinals. Who you got?
Ooh. Give me the Cardinals.
Cardinals for sure.
I like the Cardinals in this one.
Okay. I am also going to go with the Rams. I think Stafford figures it out. I think they go out there. They have a good game. Obviously, that defense is crazy. So I'm gonna go with the Rams. Next up, we got another barn burner. Big game. A lot of playoff implications on the line early. Bengals, Jets. Easy. Bengals, Jets. Who you got?
Bengals and the Jets.
Bengals.
Bengals. Bengals. Bengals. Bengals. Bengals. Bengals. Jets.
Bengals have to win. Jets are like sneaky good, but the Bengals.
Way downtown. Sorry. All right. Yeah.
Jesus Christ! Shut the front door. Give me the Bengals. Give me the Bengals.
Bengals.
Yeah.
All right.
They gotta win, man. They're 0-2.
Bengals are the Jets.
Give me the Bengals on this one. They get their first win, and Joe Burrow gets sacked at least 6 times.
Okay. Bengals and the Jets. Sus.
Bengals.
I am also going to go Bengals. I think they keep Joe.
Bengals.
They
Sorry,
keep Joe
you're
Burrow
doing your pick.
a little upright. Bengals win this one. Bengals and the Jets.
Mr. 86 in the Woodward Sports Chat's got the Jets.
The Jets. That's, I mean.
Paul Thomas agrees. Can't go 0-3. I just can't see the Bengals going 0-3, man.
Yeah, I can't.
I mean, actually, I can, but it doesn't seem real.
I think they'll keep Burrow a little bit more upright for this one.
Yeah.
This one next. This one
Rob
is
Saleh, former defensive coordinator. It might be. Burrow might be getting. Yeah, it might get pieced up out there.
This one is actually arguably one of the best games of the year. It's going to be a barn burner, a lot of points scored.
Last time you said that, you gave me Texas and
It
Bears.
is Bills-Dolphins. Bills-Dolphins.
I feel like such a ham for taking chalk and all these picks, but give me the Bills, man. I don't believe in Tua. Man, if Tua wins this weekend, Neil Rule will be insufferable.
Yeah, it'll be bad.
It'll be bad.
It'll be really
bad.
bad.
It'll be so bad.
JB, Bills-Dolphins.
Micah Hyde is hurting this matchup too.
Yeah.
I hate even saying this.
Don't do it.
But
don't do it.
Give me the Dolphins.
He's taking the Dolphins.
Taking the Dolphins on this one.
Wow.
I just look back to that game 1 in the Patriots. They barely, incidentally, looked that impressive. They were losing in the Ravens game.
Yeah. Sus.
Okay. For the fate of humanity, I'm going with the Bills. I can't deal with Nero either with Tua.
I'm also going to go with the Bills. I think they're the best team in the league.
Yeah.
I think they are the eventual Super Bowl winner this year. Josh Allen is
gonna
too
be
damn
slanging
good.
that thing.
So I'm going to go with the Bills.
There
Next up, battle of 2 0-2 teams. Raiders versus Titans.
Raiders.
Oh, yeah. Not even a question?
It should be a question, but I mean, Josh Jacobs didn't travel with the team out. He's hurt. He's banged up for all you fantasy owners, but Raiders is another team. It's built too good to like be 0-2 right now. The Titans won the division last year,
going up against Derrick Henry, coming off an embarrassing loss.
I don't think he's the same, man.
Yeah.
It just happens with these running backs, man.
Bengals.
I can't. I can't.
JB, Raiders or Titans?
Oh, it's Raiders all day.
Raiders. The Oakland Raiders. Sus, Raiders?
100%, it's got to be the Raiders.
Yeah. I'm also going to go Raiders.
My confidence?
Yeah.
I'm also going to go Raiders. I think their defense is better, and Devontae Adams is the man. I love Devontae Adams. Next up, Packers Bucks. Aaron Rodgers, the mushroom taking, Percocet popping, 2-time back-to-back MVP. Who do you got? Him or Tommy
Hallelujah.
Terrific?
Ayahuasca. Give me Zagoat. Tom Brady, yeah. I think the Bucks defense, obviously, all year been balling out, man. The strength of the Packers offense has now been the run game. The Bucks are the best at stopping the run.
Okay. JB?
Told you last week, don't bet against 12. I'm going to tell you this week again, don't bet against 12.
Okay.
Give me Tom Brady and the Bucks.
All right. Young Sus?
Listen, man, I got to go down with my quarterback. Give me TB.
Man, you guys
Give me TB.
You guys are losers, man.
I got to go down.
So boring.
I think we've had all the same picks.
I'm going Green Bay.
Okay.
No Akeem Hicks. No Mike Evans. They've struggled big time on offense.
Forgot about that.
I
I'm
did
going
forget
Green
about
Bay.
Mike Evans. I forgot Mike Evans got suspended.
I think Aaron Rodgers is going to go out there and he's going to put up numbers. Give me the Packers.
The Bucks,
finally,
every time they met recently, I think the Bucks whooped on them.
Yeah.
It sounds like a YG beat.
You would. That would be a big one.
And finally, the tiebreaker.
Not sound like a YG beat.
It did at first.
The tiebreaker, total points scored in Buffalo versus Miami. The over-under is 53. Easy. Where are you going?
You're not going to let us pick the Lions score?
No.
What's the over-under?
53.
53? Over.
No. Total points.
Go to me last.
No. You've been first this whole time.
JB, final score.
Total points.
Bills,
How many you
Dolphins.
got?
How many you got?
Don't do it.
Yeah, don't do it. How many you got?
60.
60? Okay.
Why are we should be doing a Lions score.
JB?
63.
63. Young Sus?
Roll with the Price is Right. 62, baby.
62.
Oh, you know what?
Let's go.
I might change mine.
I'm going to go 55.
All right. Hold on. I might change
Actually,
mine.
50. Yeah, I'll go 55. 55.
Let me do some math real quick. Who said 60? Damn. I can't. All right, yeah, I'm sticking with 60.
All right. Well, that is our pick.
What was the line again? It was 53?
53, yeah.
Oh, damn. I think that's a little too high.
In the Woodward Sports chat said 90. That's a lot.
That's
90 in a football game?
That's a lot.
That's a lot. I mean, they're
How
supposed
much-
to have the offenses to do it,
How
but
many points you scored?
that's 45 apiece.
How many points you scored? A lot.
Or somebody
And we're going to
scored
do
over
one extra
45.
one. Total points scored and winner. Minnesota Vikings and Detroit Lions.
Oh, man. Total points and winner?
Give me the winner first. Detroit Lions, Minnesota Vikings. Who do you got?
Detroit Lions.
Detroit Lions. Surprise, surprise. JB? Lions, Vikings. Who's the winner?
Oh, Lions.
Lions. Okay. Young Sus, Lions, Vikings. Who's the winner?
Vikings, for sure.
Vikings. Ooh. And I want to say Lions. I really do. So I think their offense is that good, but with the Vikings coming off that bad loss,
Yeah.
Justin Jefferson's going to be pissed off. I'm still going to go Lions.
I mean, if I'm like putting money on it, I'm taking the Vikings. Well, actually, I did put money on it. I took the Lions and the points. No, I'm just saying.
I'm not putting money on it.
Well,
I'm taking
no,
the
no,
Vikings.
no, no.
Actually, I did put money on it, but I'm taking the Lions.
No. I put money. I took the Lions points, but that like obviously wasn't an option in this. I just don't want anybody listening to the show to go out there and be like, "Yeah, Easy said you like the Lions," and go put money on the money line. If you're taking the Lions, take the points. I'm taking the Lions. I'm a Lions fan. You
How
see, I'm
many
wearing a
points
Lions
scored?
hat. Oh, mama. Give me 52.
52.
52.
JB, how many points scored?
55.
55.
A 2 for 50.
25. Oh, do it. Sus, how many points scored?
56.
Dude, you suck.
Yeah.
I feel like both teams gonna be trying to establish a run.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
I'm going to go. Oh, man. I kind of Price is Right somebody, but I kind of want to do it still because that's what it was my total.
What?
54.
54.
Yeah.
I could tell right when Sus said that was your number.
It was 30 to 20. I think it's going to be 30-24.
Lorenzo Peterson.
So I'm going to go 54.
And Woodward Sports Chat's got 31-28. Cornelius T says yes. What I don't know what you're saying yes to. Mr. 86 got 49 total. 22-20. This is Cornelius T. I think Hutchinson would be much more for Cousins to get to Jefferson as well. Yeah, I think in that game, both teams will be trying to establish a run. And so in that being the scenario, it's going to be like a low scoring, you know?
All right, so there is our pick'em. Let me get this in the light. Shine some light on it. We got an extra one.
Shine that light on me.
That is our Friday football pick'em. Let us know what you guys think. Obviously, I mean, I think there's only two that we didn't agree on, which is you guys are babies.
What do you mean? Because we picked the favorites.
Everybody picked favorites. And all
You picked
of them,
like some bad matchups, I feel like.
I mean, I picked the best out of the matchups there are.
Wow, what are the other ones?
They're pretty bad. But that'll do it for the pick'em. We appreciate you guys for paying attention to that. And if you maybe you need somewhere to work out after you're working out the tiers for losing the pick'em, or you get a little hungry looking at that hot dog costume and you want to work out somewhere so you can eat one of those hot dogs without feeling too bad about yourself, you got to go to Planet Fitness to check it out. Because as you know, we broadcast this show live from the Planet Fitness studios in Birmingham. Planet Fitness is home of the judgment-free zone where you can work out in a non-intimidating, judgment-free atmosphere. Membership is just $10 a month, or the Black Card for $24.99. Black Card members enjoy the use of amenities such as unlimited tanning, hydro massage, massage chairs, and total body enhancement, along with over 2,000 locations worldwide and unlimited guest privileges. So join in-club or online at planetfitness.com. It's Planet Fitness, where your fitness is essential. We are the Woodward Heavyweights, and we'll be right back.
For a limited time only, All new burgers and loaded fries at Big Boy. It's not a Slim Jim, it's the Big Jim. The chili cheese is such a tease. Guess what else is new? The bacon blue. How about upgrading those fries? Chili cheese fries, baked potato fries, nacho fries. What will it be? Satisfy those taste buds at Big Boy.
Hey, this is Mr. Kearney, Chief Academic Officer, Academy of Warren. I want to welcome you to the brand new field house. The state-of-the-art facility has a regulation basketball court, volleyball court, soccer field. It can be used for 7-on-7 football. Our K-8 academic features AM, PM, latchkey, small classroom sizes, learning street, futuristic media center, free breakfast and lunch, Holton Mifflin curriculum, academic games, K-8 athletics, and more. Enroll today at academywarren.net.
Hi. At Alta. Uptime matters. All right. Alta will handle any big project you want. They got you covered. Give them a call today at 844-GO-TO-ALTA. Again, that's 844-GO-TO-ALTA. Today. Alta Equipment Uptime matters. What up, though? And welcome back to Woodward Heavyweights. I'm your boy Easy, joined by my man Spinmo Rex.
Hello.
We got Young Sustin at TD Booth. JB Smooth, the ones and twos. We're carrying on. Obviously, we gave our... we gave score predictions. Or did we give our totals?
Totals.
Okay. Well, I did my total as my score prediction. Okay. You said 54, but you did it because the price is right?
No, that was my I think it's going to be 30-24 Lions.
Okay.
I expect them to go out there, put up a lot of points, keep that offense humming, keep them out of the end zone as much as possible. But I think Justin Jefferson will break a couple.
So did you take the Lions in your pick 'em?
Yeah.
Wow. I'm shocked. You had this as a loss at the beginning of the season.
I did.
What's changed?
The offense is looking a lot better. A lot better.
Is that how you see winning this one?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. That's the only way they're going to win games.
Yeah.
They have to go out there and put up a lot of points.
And then what is it on the defensive end? Because you're the one who brought up the weak defense earlier in terms of stopping us from going to the playoffs.
I think we're going to get Kirk Cousins off his mark.
Mm-hmm.
I think and I had them splitting with the Vikings regardless this year.
So you think we take the L at home?
Possibly. I mean, we'll have to wait. There's a lot that can be going on. But I think, Ragnar's probably going to play. Swift is playing. Amani's back. We have a lot going on our end, coming off a big win.
Yeah.
I think we can go out there and get it done.
By the numbers. Joey, 2 times in the Woodward Sports chat, who has a number in his name, makes 2 great points, phenomenal points, if I may. Lions are the number 1 run blocking offensive line.
A number in his name.
Minnesota sucks at stopping the run. By the numbers. Yeah. That is correct. He also makes a 2nd point. Second, meaning 2. 2 points. 2 is the number. TWO, 3. 2 times 3 is 5. 5 days a week. We are live on this show starting at 5. Illuminati. No, the 2nd point, though. Honestly. His 2nd point is Lions have the number 1 QB pressures in the league, and Minnesota sucks at pass protection.
Yeah.
By the numbers, that's also factually correct.
By the numbers, yeah. Minnesota's offensive line is not great, so I expect, hopefully Hutchinson his deep thigh contusion isn't bothering him too bad. Hopefully Julian Okwara can keep up the pace he set last week, and we can get in there and we can put Kirk Cousins on his ass.
Yeah. Yeah, the only issue is we got to stop Dalvin Cook, like I said, early and often. That way they just abandon it completely like they did in game 2 against the Eagles. But maybe they don't. Maybe they're like, we screwed up by abandoning this too early. But, yeah, I totally agree that we can get the Cousins, but that's why I think they're going to try to utilize Dalvin Cook, and we're going to see what this run defense is about. I mean, I think the run defense is like the strength of our defense versus pass. But
yeah. And with the Minnesota Vikings not being able to stop the run, we already talked about it. The Lions are first in yards per carry with 7.2 yards per carry. DeAndre Swift himself is averaging 10 yards per carry. They have their first in rushing plays over 40 yards. So if DeAndre Swift is healthy, if Frank Ragnow is healthy, they can go out there and they can push these guys around. They can push these guys around. They can make some serious plays in the running game, and that will only spark the offense.
Yeah. And speaking of health, we had the latest Detroit Lions injury report thanks to our own Madeline Miller. John Kaminsky obviously out. He had surgery this week. Jonah Jackson still out with that finger issue.
kind of surprised not to see him on a pup, but maybe he comes back sooner than we think. T.J. Hawkinson, been limited this week, all week. He's questionable. Aiden Hutchinson's questionable. Frank Ragnow questionable. I'm pretty confident Swift is questionable as well. Pretty confident Swift plays. I'm pretty confident Ragnow plays. The injury that kept him out last week seems to have been his foot, because that's what is listed on this injury report. Aiden Hutchinson thigh. Maddie said he's most likely playing.
Yes, I'd assume he'd play. It's, that's the kind of guy he is. It is just a deep thigh contusion. It's not a pull or a tear or anything like that. So hopefully he just wraps that up, throw some icy hot on there, and gets out there.
Yeah, I just hope that he's like himself. You know what I'm saying. But we have the rest of today. Yeah, by the numbers. Maybe I should do some research on that specific injury. But just hoping he's tough. He's got today to heal up, tomorrow to heal up, and then boom, Sunday game day. It's probably maybe still a little bit sore. T.J. Hawkinson's question. I mean, that dude's always questionable.
Probably wasn't injury prone. Well, he's not injury prone. He just gets hurt a lot.
Yeah. Shout out to Ryan Lentz in the back. No, the way I see this game going is both teams trying to establish that run. That's why I kind of went with the lower score than the 52. I think they do it that way, one, because Kirk Cousins threw in 3 interceptions last week. Dalvin Cook only got those 6 carries, and maybe they're punching themselves in the face for not, running the football with him. And then the Detroit Lions, obviously, you want to keep the ball out of that offense's hands at all times, and you just want to get in and get out.
Yeah, and we've talked about Malcolm Rodriguez being the number 1 linebacker in the NFL when stopping the run.
Yeah.
Last week. So hopefully he can go out there, he can do the same thing, put on that same performance, punch Dalvin Cook in the mouth when he tries to run up the middle, put a little bit of that fear of God in him.
Yeah.
And stop them from getting going, stop them from getting that activated,
Yeah. I think that's like something this team has taken on as an identity too. Like I point back to that Curtis Samuel touchdown last week, which I actually watched replay. I don't know if he had that second foot in, but I digress. Smacked.
Yeah, he was laying down.
Smacked. Yeah, like.
Oh, God.
100%. I saw that gif with the guys carrying the casket. And he got up, didn't even celebrate he didn't have a celly. He was like, let me get to the sideline and try to get my double vision cleared up a little bit. But no, man, we heard it in that podcast with Aaron Glenn with Adam Schefter during the summer. That's what they want to establish themselves as a defense. Dan Campbell that way too. They're truly taking on the identity of these coaches, and
they're aggressive.
Yeah,
they're punching them back, grit. Punch in the mouth. If you try to make a play, they're going to do a lot of it. So I'm excited. Hopefully we see more of that. Hopefully we see more pops, more smacks, and we go out there and we do something. And I expect them to. I really do.
I do too. Who do you think has more rushing yards, Cook or Swift?
Swift.
I'm with it. Yeah, because they're not great at stopping.
With this complexion.
Oh, you know what? Let me look at their injury report, because I know Harrison Smith we were hearing wasn't looking too good. Pulling it up right now on ESPN.com. BZ Johnson, injury reserve, whatever, he's already out. Harrison Smith out. Been ruled out for Sunday's game against the Lions.
That's big.
That is big. I think it's one of the reasons that our guy, Andrew Booth Jr., he's out as well, the cornerback. I think that's the reason our guy one bar was like Josh Reynolds. Safety's guys falling coverage against against Josh Reynolds.
Yeah.
And we're going to see Lewis Seen in some action. Eric Kendricks, questionable.
Oh, no.
Minnesota will list Eric Kendricks with his toe as questionable for Sunday against the Detroit Lions, but the injury is probably not serious enough to keep him out for week 3.
So go out there and stomp on his foot.
Do they down stomp?
First play of the game. Stomp on that foot.
I'm with it, man. Hey.
Has the line moved at all since we've gotten closer to the game?
It opened up as 7.5 and since dropped to 5. But some of that sometimes is Vegas putting money down on it. But let me check oddstrader.com. The live line, according to oddstrader.com, on average is scrolling 5.5 and 6.5. It's still right around the same.
Okay.
Yeah. Like I said, I'm taking the
points for sure.
Yeah.
Taking the points for sure.
Yeah. I mean, last year, I'd say we arguably had a worse team. I think arguably they had a worse coach. I mean, we don't know what Kevin O'Connell is yet, but those were 2 very close games. One on the road against them, and then obviously our first win came against them. So as much as, as scary as they can sound on paper, they are beatable. I remember back to times when we had Calvin Johnson, Javid Best, or even Reggie Bush at points. I'm not going to compare them to Justin Jefferson and Dalvin Cook. Dalvin Cook, obviously, the better running back out of those duos, but we still took L's.
Yeah.
You know, and we had Matthew Stafford throwing those guys. Matthew Stafford a bit better than Kirk Cousins, in my opinion. So
for sure.
Definitely, as scary as they again look, beatable.
Mm-hmm.
They don't scare me that bad.
Yeah, and if they do end up losing, how would you quell your sorrows? What would you do?
Drinking responsibly with Gypsy Vodka, all right? But only the Mulligan, all right? It's got that lemonade mix with the tea and the 8% vodka made by two brothers right here in Michigan, Petoskey, Michigan. You got to support a local product. Make sure you guys check out the Mulligan made by Gypsy Vodka, whether you're in the backyard, beefing for the boys, talking some sports, or on the golf course. Before it gets too cold, the Mulligan's calling your name. The Mulligan might warm you up a little bit out there, if it is a little bit nippy. Just saying. Make sure you guys check out the Mulligan by Gypsy Vodka, and as always, drink responsibly.
Hi, my diamonds. It's Crystal with an X. You want to get hot and perfect like me? Here's my super easy routine. Drink at least a gallon of water before you wake up. Attach a weight to everything in your house. Sell your car and just sprint everywhere. Scream when you exhale.
Don't follow Crystal with an X. Do your own thing at Planet Fitness with tons of equipment and free fitness training in our clean and spacious clubs. Join now for just $10 a month and cancel anytime.
Detroit's downtown summer playground is back. Open all summer long, the Monroe Street Midway. Enjoy roller skating, free Wi-Fi, food trucks, art installations, and so much more. Don't forget to take advantage of the basketball court, putt-putt, and, of course, family programming all summer long. All art installations are done by Detroit artists, and it's a fun, safe event from people 1 to 100. Go to deckedoutdetroit.com.
3 NBA championships. Detroit fans were there. 11 Stanley Cups. Detroit fans were there. 4 World Series wins. Detroit fans were there. And that one Lions playoff win in 1991. Yeah, Detroit fans were there. Woodward Sports, where the fans are.
Chili Peppers Tanning salons have the cleanest salons in the D. How do I know? Because I tan every damn day. Why do you tan, Easy? You're already brown. I'm a white man. I tell you guys all the time. All right? Thanks to Chili Peppers Tan, I'm able to fool all you idiots. But be smart and go to Chili Peppers Tan, man, because right now they'll beat all competitors by $5. They got the hottest bulbs, the hottest deals, and the darkest tans at Chili Peppers Tanning. Check them out. What up, though? Welcome back to the final stretch of the Woodward Heavyweights. I'm your boy Easy, joined by my man Spinmo Rex.
Hello.
We got Young Sus in the TD booth, JB Smooth on the 1s and 2s. In the Woodward Sports chat, they're talking about the Lions win. The Kool-Aid will be pouring out of Woodward Sports. And I agree, because the next game, Seattle, which is like another winnable one. And I think that's at home, too, if I'm not mistaken. I can definitely see us losing this one again. I put my money on the spread.
The spread.
Not the
It's
not the game.
definitely going to be a test.
For sure. You want to talk Cade in the Pistons, the lineup? Or
Let's talk.
I told some people to shoot us some fantasy questions. I ain't seen nothing. I saw him earlier. I don't see him now. All right. Bojan Bogdanovic is now a Detroit Piston. I've seen some people, I think Khalil was one of them, said that he might start the 4 for us. I'm calling cap. I still think we're going to see what we see, or what we kind of predicted. We actually still don't even know at that point, but I think I can see even Stu, Marvin or Stu, for sure at the 4 over Bojan.
I think Sadiq will be at the 4. I got it. Cade, Ivy, Bojan, Sadiq, Stu, because Sadiq played his best games at the 4, and depending on what goes on, who you're going up against, you can adjust that lineup. If they do have 2 big men or a real big man in there, you can start Noel, you could start Bagley, you can do things like that. But I do think going forward it'll be Cade, Ivy, Bojan, Sadiq, and Stu, because I think that spreads the floor the most. I think that will give you the most consistent offense, and you have 2 dead-eye shooters out there. It'll be very imperative to have those guys out there with Cade and Ivy to get them when they're cutting to the lane, when they're getting to the basket, they can kick it out to them, and those guys are going to knock it down.
I don't know, man.
It's tough to put 2 guys out there at the 4 and 5. Neither of them can shoot.
I can't really see Sadiq at the 4 like that as a starter. You know what I'm saying? I see more so at the 3. I don't even remember really seeing him at the 4, maybe in certain situations, small ball lineups. But so I don't know. Do you remember seeing Sadiq Bey at the 4 last year?
Yeah, absolutely. But I do think that Bojan will be the 4 because the NBA is positionless, but you are what you guard. That's kind of my philosophy. And I feel like Bojan being 33 and slow, like he's going to guard the 4 instead of the 3 just because, Sadiq is a better equipped defender on paper. But
yeah.
The interesting thing is the 5. I don't know what's going to happen at the 5. I really don't. I think they want to have a lob threat, which is why I want to go Bagley, but Stewart was a starter all year last year. So it's very tough. The Pistons do have some options to go to. Honestly, I wouldn't even rule out Noel opening night. I really wouldn't, just because a traditional traditional big. I know that obviously by the end of the season,
he's starting 5.
Yeah, he'll be out of the rotation probably at the end of the season. But they did pay Bagley some money. Bagley and Cade have good chemistry. It's gonna be interesting because the Pistons can now run a lot of different lineups, do a lot of different things.
For sure. There's a lot of different lineups, a lot of flexibility. I know, Dwayne Casey loves 3 guard lineups, so we don't even know what they're gonna do going on with that. I'm excited. I'm excited to see this team. I mean, they have a lot of athleticism. They got more shooting now. They have more size. Adding Noel, adding Duren in the draft. Obviously, the athleticism factor, getting guys like Ivy and Duren. You have Alec Burks as well coming off the bench who can shoot the blood out of the ball. So I'm excited to see what they do, how they move these guys around, who fits where, and what's really going on in the mind of Dwayne Casey.
Yeah, and like Cade has such a chemistry with Marvin too. I'm saying I don't know, man. I think Bag's starting at 4, and I can honestly see Stu at the 5. I said Noel at the 5 initially, but that's before we got Bojan too. So, because I feel like this is my mindset. You know what I'm saying? If I have Cade out there, who, if we're being realistic about it, yes, he's a great player and he's a great like cerebral mind, but he's not as explosive like athletically. I feel like I'm trying to surround him with guys that can finish at the rim, and Marvin can stretch the floor a little bit too. You know what I'm saying? He can knock down an open one. Sadiq could be at the 3, Ivy probably at the 2, or however you want to look at him and Ivy. You know what I'm saying? One could be the vice versa, but probably Stu at the 5 just because again the chemistry situation. But I also wouldn't be surprised if it's Noel, but I don't know if they're seeing Noel and Bagley out there depending on the matchup. I don't know seeing them out there.
It would be such a crowded floor. Though, to me,
so
they need the spacing. And I think putting Bojan in that starting lineup gives you the spacing you need to have success in the NBA.
Yeah.
You need the vertical threat, which is why they're going to be able to thread the needle because they now have that versatility. They didn't last year. They do now. And at the end of the day, man, Bojan started in playoff games. Like, I know that they're not going to start him or start the season with him coming off the bench. That just dude's been in more playoff games than everyone on this roster combined. So, like, they're going to, out of respect, he's going to at least start this season. And we'll see where it goes.
JB.
What's up?
Where you at with it? Who do you think is the start for the Pistons?
Well, I really don't know. It's really tough because you can switch a lot of these players around in a couple different spots. I know ESPN already has the depth chart up right now. It's got Cade and Ivy as both your guards, Sadiq and Bojan as your forwards, and then Bagley's playing your 5 at center. So, I mean, that lineup doesn't look bad to me, but then again, I don't know with Dwayne Casey how he wants to play this.
Yeah, for sure.
I think it's just a fanboy in me too. Like, I know Bojan can contribute to like winning basketball, but like boring a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Give me somebody to finish.
I mean, he's 15 points per game. He shoots right around 40% from 3. So as boring as it is, the guy is consistent. The guy makes buckets, and you don't have a lot of guys who can shoot like that from the outside.
Yeah.
So
I guess it's so crazy how we like fascinate ourselves over like who's gonna start where. And it's all about like who's in at the end of the game for real. You know.
Yeah, for sure. You have a lot now versatility-wise going with closing lineups. If you want to go defensively, if you're coming back, you can put in a big shooting lineup. If you're trying to crowd the paint, you can put in a big lineup with 2 of those guys that we have. Like you said, Bagley, Duren, Stu, Duren, a defensive lineup. So there is a lot of different things that Dwayne Casey's going to be able to do, going to be able to manipulate this lineup and put out different results. So I'm excited to see how creative he gets with his lineups.
Curtis Samuel or Garrett Wilson?
Who are the Commanders playing?
Commanders are playing New York. Let me see real quick. I completely blanked out. Commanders are playing Cowboys.
Commanders are playing Cowboys, and the
Yeah.
Jets are playing the
Just playing
Bears or
Bengals.
The Bengals.
That might be a shootout too. Bengals, Jets.
Yeah.
And
I'd probably go Garrett Wilson. He's been eating lately.
14 targets last week.
Yeah.
By the numbers.
He's by the numbers. He's looked pretty good. But we appreciate you guys for tuning in at woodwardsports.com and watching us. You know we're live Monday through Friday, 5 to 7, only on woodwardsports.com. So go check us out. Share, like, follow, subscribe. For the man to my left, the one, the only Speak Easy. For Young Sus, Chris Platty holding it down the TD booth. And our boy JB Smooth in the audio booth. I am Spencer Raxter. We are the Woodward Heavyweights, and we'll see you guys on Monday. Peace.